Welcome to the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep.
Touchdown, Braylon Edwards.
Braylon Edwards, touchdown, Michigan.
Running pattern to Edwards, touchdown, Michigan.
Where we bring you the best in sports, entertainment, and insight. Join us every weekday from 2 to 4 p.m. as we break down the latest games, analyze the biggest plays, and dive into the hottest topics in sports. We'll have exclusive interviews with your favorite athletes and guests, and you'll get a front row seat to all the action. So tune in to the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep.
Got one-on-one going end zone. Edwards in the air. Oh, what a catch by Braylon Edwards. His second touchdown of the game.
On the Woodward Sports Network, where sports comes to life.
Oh, what a catch by Braylon Edwards. Some of those are good. I mean, obviously, Brent Musburger is one of the greatest of all time. I mean, it's really fun to hear that coming in. We had a meeting earlier this week, and, wait, what do you think of the Open? I like it. I know there's more that we could add, but some of those, we call them sound up. Right. Okay, full sound up. FSOT in the TV world.
I was going to say, who you about
and
to say
it's,
F
and it's
who?
and it's pretty
To the
cool.
Bulls?
And to hear that, it's like, woohoo! All right. Well, the Bulls. Don't even bring that up. I mean,
I don't wanna get
suddenly
Kool-Aid going,
Kool-Aid's sour. I've never seen Kool-Aid sour before.
Yeah.
You know, Kool-Aid is usually smiling. He's happy. He's got a skip. He's got a little
Should've
extra
heard him after
pep.
that Commanders
Oh
game
my
last year.
goodness gracious! He was sour last night and had every right to be. Welcome everybody to the Braylon Edwards Show on this fine Thursday. You know what Thursday means, right? I'm not talking about haircuts. I'm not talking about beards. I'm talking about Braylon's Breakdown. That's what we're talking about. That's coming your way at 3 o'clock. Dr. Jeffrey Pierce at 3:40. So you had a pretty big event yesterday. All through the rain, you're driving to East Lansing. How'd it go, man?
Every time the event, the Ronald McDonald House, Battle for the Houses, Ann Arbor House versus the Mid-Michigan, which is Michigan State's house, the Ronald McDonald. The great cause, great raising money. I love the individuals that come out. They love the kids. They love what it's about. And I love when it's bigger than sport. But I love how sports is a vehicle a lot of times to drive you to these things. But it was good. I just hate driving up to East Lansing because I feel like it's
Stunner.
It's not. I mean, I don't lose up there too often, so you know. It doesn't matter. But it's October. It's fall. It's beautiful. But right around this time when Michigan's playing Michigan State, it's a little bit more gloomy outside. You know what I'm saying? There's overcast. It rained last night, much like it rained 2 years ago. And you just go up there and it's all green. It's all white. Here's that energy. I get up there, though. Shep, I always viewed myself as a hero. Like, I like the hero characters. Like, you know, I like Superman. I don't like Lex Luthor. You know, I liked Hulk Hogan before I found he was a bad guy. But I like Hulk Hogan in the 80s when he used to say your prayers, eat your vitamins, the whole 9 yards. Like, he's the hero, you know.
Sure.
I've always been, like, the hero. I thought I went to Michigan, which was the good school. It's maize, it's blues.
That's what you thought. That's what you were raised with. Yeah,
100%.
right.
You know, and I still believe that, wink, wink, but I've always felt like I was a hero. Until I get to East Lansing, and I walk in. When you do the event in Michigan, it's 75 Michigan people for the house, 75 people that come for the donations, the event, the stories, and there's 50 Michigan State people. You know, it's a good vibe, it's a good crowd.
It's a pretty good balance.
East Lansing, it's 75 Michigan State, and it's 6 Michigan.
Why? Why is that?
Michigan ain't coming to East Lansing.
Why not?
For what?
What do you mean for what? For the McDonald's house?
Michigan's not coming to East Lansing.
Okay.
Like Michigan, maybe they feel they don't have to. Maybe that's why people don't like Michigan. I don't know. I'm making stuff up at this time. But it's 6 to 7
Okay.
every time. It was like this last time. It is what it is. But I walk into the room, Shep. I got my Michigan Letterman on. Same outfit I had yesterday. I got the hat. I got the hoodie on. It says Michigan. I got the sneaks, the amazing blue dunks.
You look good.
Appreciate that. I walk in, and it's like the crowd stops. It's like the music stops. It's like the wrong person walks into the party.
Yeah. Like
And everybody's looking in there whispering shit. They're like, oh, there he is.
It's like me walking into a downtown bar.
that's
Wait, what's going on here? Who's this guy?
So I'm watching, I'm listening, and I'm like, oh yeah, they know the boogeyman is here. So now I'm like legitimately
Big bad
telling El Baba Yaga. You guys know John Wick. So now I'm watching this and now I'm embracing this. So now when we're telling stories, I'm talking cash money. Like when they talked about
With Michigan State guys. You're talking
100%.
stories with Michigan State
Everybody
guys.
had to go
right.
down the line
Yeah.
of, talk about Michigan State, talk about Michigan, and what drew you to that school, and what was it, and they're talking about, I said, you can go anywhere in the country and you say go green, somebody's going to say go white. And then the next guy comes and he says a version of that. Everyone around this great state knows go green, go white. And I'm laughing because I'm like, oh, this is going to be perfect.
Yeah.
They're setting me up for the home run.
Yeah.
They're setting me up for the grand slam.
You're
so
Ohtani in the box right
100%.
now.
I'm waiting for my 3rd home run and my 10th strikeout. So they get to me, and I said, you know what? First of all, go. Mike's on the other end, Mike Martin, blue. I said, that's all we need. We'll need all the go green, go white. I said, second of all, I went to Michigan, much like you went to Michigan State, but every nook and cranny in the world is touched by the University of Michigan. I said, we are global and international. That's what I enjoy about the brand. When I said that, you should have just seen everybody in the crowd. The deflation. And then I proceed to leave the event, which I had a great time. Thank you for hosting me. The food was really good in the suite. I got to talk to the people in Ann Arbor because they got to find out their recipe to what they're cooking. The food was really good in the suites. But then I proceed to walk down the elevators with the 2 ladies that run the Ann Arbor house. And I look at the statue in the background. Now you can pan to it. And I said, I've always wanted to take a picture with the statue. I never know what I wanted the picture to be like, but I wanted to take a picture, and I wanted it to be right moment. I jumped up on this statue. I looked the Spartan dead in his eyes, and I asked him,
I said,
you remember, don't you? You remember me, don't you? And I legitimately took this picture, sent it to the group, and I realized I am definitely a villain because this is villainous behavior.
It is villainous
There's
behavior.
no respect.
Yeah.
I jumped on the statue. I'm standing on it. My kicks were brand new, so, whatever, but got my fist balled up.
I see that. I see you're ready for a fight.
That's the part I knew you would talk about. Like, my fist balled up. Like, that wasn't a part of the shtick.
bro, you
that
hit
was
with the
that
Arthur the Aardvark fist,
Kool-Aid.
man.
That wasn't a part of like, I'm gonna ball my fist
yeah.
and it's gonna look that much better. The fist clench, the fist ball
happened
is a
naturally.
natural reaction to this energy.
Do you think he's going to swing at you?
Let's go.
What are you thinking?
He's just
No,
a
I
statue.
know. First of all, I know he knows not to swing.
Ryan's trying to. It's just a statue.
You don't believe in
I
that
could
at the
see that.
museum?
Thank you. I've been there.
Ryan,
I appreciate it, Ryan.
Ryan, you sit this one up. I know he knows not to swing
Yeah.
because I'm the wrong one when it comes
You're
to
the
this
wrong
game.
MFer to deal with, right?
100%.
Yeah.
No, but the event was good, and I just enjoy.
This is the one I like. I mean, I think that's that's more you. That's your personality
It
right
is.
there. You
It
know what I
is.
mean?
Hey, Shep, but on the football field, there's a dark side.
Oh, for sure.
And we
there
will
should
explore
be.
that dark side because Braylon's breakdown
got you.
today, it's a fun one. It's a unique one.
Yeah, so Bray, so that's the duality of Bray. The one
Yeah.
with the balled up
Yeah.
fist is
Yeah,
the
yeah.
football field. The other one is off the
Yeah.
field Bray.
Yeah.
This is
Hey,
true.
there you go.
This is me now.
Yeah.
Like this
that's
is me
right.
relaxed.
That's
Now I'm up here
that's
kicking.
the,
I'm
that's the
shooting
Bray I
threes.
really like.
I'm eating fruit.
Yeah.
I got my deluxe mixed. You know what's over here? I got water.
He
Watching
loves the superheroes, right?
Yeah.
So he's Batman, Superman. Well, in these two pictures, it's Two-Face, right? It's the guy who flips
Yeah.
the coin.
Yeah.
So there's one side of him, and then there's the other side of him.
Hey, Bray,
And you
who's
don't want
winning
to
this
meet that first one. You don't want to meet that first one, Kool-Aid.
No.
You don't want to meet that first one.
Michigan State knows him all too well.
Oh, wait. I just realized, bro, you took Paul Bunyan.
Yeah.
I can't see it's a glare.
It's Paulie, baby.
What the hell you been looking at?
It's Paulie, baby.
I couldn't see.
He's got it right in front of him.
I had
booth, man.
100%.
Yo,
I got to remind the great people around the state because you know what happens in this rivalry, which I love so much, is
Great standing
like
on
Michigan and
business.
Michigan State always Michigan always cares about the rivalry, even when we're sorry, we still care about.
Even though people don't think you do, they
100
think it means more to MSU than Michigan
well, it does. It does. It ultimately does
because of the Ohio State
because
factor that's involved.
they don't have Ohio State.
I got you.
Like Ohio State.
If they had a second rivalry, it might be a little bit different.
if Notre Dame was year to year,
Yeah.
because their Notre Dame rivalry is really a good one.
Yeah, it
If
really is.
they had that
Yeah.
year to year, then they would have something as well. They have us, which I get. But this is a local battle. Even though it's two major institutions, it's more local. I give you a hint on why it's local. When I got to the NFL in 2005, right? I'm talking to, and this is before social media, this is before everybody clips and everything is always out there. You had to make ESPN for people to see your clips. And YouTube came a little bit after, like 2006, they started putting all their footage out there, 05, 07. I got into the league, and legitimately, that Michigan State game happened my senior year. So this is the driving force of me getting drafted, or one of the motivating factors. When I got drafted to the Browns, they were like, we keep hearing about some Michigan State game. Like, did you do something or something? I'm like, huh? You didn't hear about that game? Like, these are people from other states, other cities, other places.
They must not be
around.
college football fans.
True, but think about what it was back then, Shep. Like, it was different back then. Meanwhile, they did proceed to ask me, they said, man, you tore it up against Ohio State in 03. That was 2 years prior.
Yeah.
But Ohio State is a national brand. Everybody sees that.
Well, you're also in Ohio. Maybe that matters.
No, because
No?
because the guys that I'm talking about were NFL guys, and
Gotcha.
they were guys that they were in the league. These guys were rookies.
Copy.
They were in other places, so that's what I noticed then. But what were we talking about? I don't know how we got there. Michigan State, how they feel about
how it's more. It means more to them than you.
It means a lot to us in the sense we don't want to lose to them. Like, this is a game you don't want to lose.
Right.
I will say that. To lose to Ohio State is like, man, we should have beat them, or damn, I wish we would have beat them. But it's Ohio State. That's a loss you take, and it is what it is. Because people feel a certain way about it. You lose to Michigan State, I got to see you in the same state. They're going to hold on to that forever. Like, legitimately, everybody in there was talking about the Spartan Bob game. That's all they had to hold on to. They was like, but we got you the 1 year. I'm like, there's an asterisk. But you know what? I digress. I digress.
That's an asterisk. Yeah. He slips that in there. When you had teammates who weren't from the state of Michigan, and they got ready to play Michigan State, how did you describe feelings and intensity in this rivalry?
So teammates that I played with at Michigan that weren't from here didn't
Correct.
understand it.
Yeah.
You don't want to lose this one. I said, I'll backtrack. It's going to be physical. And this is going to be the thing they say, the cliche thing, it is that throw the records out. You got to throw the records out because that team in East Lansing, they want this one more than anything. Like, they want this game. They're going to give you everything they have. This is their Super Bowl. Like, that's how we approached it because it was the truth.
Yeah.
Like, this was their Super Bowl.
It's definitely a mark for sure. I mean, they've got to feel like that.
Before Mark D and before the run that they went on, I think they won 7 out of 9.
Correct.
7 out of 9.
Like
Yeah, something crazy like that. Before they went on that run, like, Michigan State would win a game, lose 2. Win a game, lose 4. Win a game, lose 5. Win a game, lose 2. So, like, it was just so we knew we weren't going to lose to them. Like, the mindset was always, we ain't going to lose to this team. Like, this isn't a team you lose to. And so when you would lose to them, it hurt more. Like, we're better than them. We're better than this program. We don't lose to this program. When you would lose to them, you got to sit on that for 364 days. Pause. That's tough. Like, it would definitely be tough. My freshman year, like, Lloyd was different after we lost that game.
Are coaches different during that week, do you think? The 2 weeks, the specific, and you guys used to have Notre Dame too, which is a good rivalry. It's not as historic as Michigan State. Yeah, the Michigan State
some
Notre
good
Dame.
ones in there though.
Oh yeah, really good ones.
And
No, I don't disagree with that.
Yeah.
I just wonder if you noticed a difference in coaches the week of the 2 biggest rivalries on your schedule.
Yeah, we weren't trying as much those games. That was about physicality. That was about our bread and butter. That's about what we were good at. We were going to take that into the game, and we were going to do that. Like, we weren't going to stray away from it. Like, it wasn't gimmicks. It wasn't, hey, we're going to line up and do this. Hey, we're watching. Hey, they do this and that. Nah. We're going to line up and outman them. We run the ball on them. We'll talk about the top 10 performances through my eyes in the Michigan State rivalry. I got 4 Michigan State.
This is going to be awesome.
6 Michigan is what it is. If you look at the traditional biggest or performance, they're all running backs. Like, I was trying to find quarterback moments. There's only a couple quarterback moments that you can point to. Oh, here's 300 yards. Oh, here's four touchdowns. Here's it. Man, running backs, whichever offensive line controls the trenches in that game more than any other, they're gonna win.
That surprises me.
K9 189 yards. Tim Biakabatuka 200 yards.
Yeah.
Chris Perry 200 yards. Mike
Yeah.
Hart 200 yards. Javon Ringer 200 yards. I mean, the list goes on. T.J. Duckett, his brother Tico Duckett.
Yes.
160 yards. Lorenzo White.
Oh, great
Tyrone Wheatley.
Yeah.
My father's Butch Woolfolk. My father's roommate. He had 200.
Loved
yards.
watching Butch Woolfolk.
It's always been about who controls the line of scrimmage in the game, and you know what that is? That's attitude. That's physical football.
But that's the surprising thing about it to me, because it is such a physical game, and you would know it a hell of a lot better than we would. We can see it. We can feel it. You're actually doing it. Because it's so physical, you would think that those yards would be even tougher to come by.
They are, and they're earned. Chris Perry had 208 yards rushing, 51 carries. 51 carries.
That is feeding the beast.
Yeah, he got 200, but he had to work to get it.
Yeah.
K9 and what he did, 40 carries, 189 yards, and guess what? His offensive line was trash. That was all K. Yeah, it was. That was all K9 and back cuts and counters, and they weren't even designed plays. Like, he earned those yards. He earned that, and the list goes on. So that you're gonna earn those yards, but it's gonna be 2 coaches that are gonna stay fast at it. It's gonna be 2 coaches that nah, I'm not blinking. I'm not going to blink. Well, I'm not going to flinch.
I'm not letting you win this area of the game. Yeah. What's amazing to me is not just that you had a really good time last night, even though you went into the Wolves' den, but also that you're super tight with a lot of those guys, even though they are all about their school and you're all about yours. I love that.
That's what makes the rivalry also so connected, so tight, and also so vicious. And so what it is because most of us went to high school together. Like, you either went to high school to guys that played at the opposite, or you played against guys that went to the opposite, or you were in the same neighborhoods, you were in the same districts, you were in the same all-star games.
Played them in conference games and league games 100%, and all that stuff.
Like one of the guys in 2003 that came in became like my younger brother. I loved him to death. It's Prescott Burgess.
Oh, yeah.
Out of Ohio. Was going to go to Ohio State, but he and Maurice Clarett, they had beef. He chose us. We appreciate it. His first cousin was on Michigan State, David Herod, who was a starting linebacker.
Yeah.
So they're opposite
and
starters.
works for the school now, I believe.
When I was at Michigan, Ernest Shazor, who also finished finalist in the Jim Thorpe, my year, he was All-American. He's Walter Camp. Me and him played same team at King High School. We also played with a guy named Kevin Vickerson, who played at Michigan State. Yeah. So the connection.
The defensive tackle, wasn't he?
100%. He had 13 years in the NFL, played for the Broncos and the Titans.
Yeah, he's a tough dude.
100%. Big guy as well. I go to church with his brother. What up, though? But it's
what up, Phil?
You guys are you guys are in the same family, same friends, you're dating the same girls, you guys are going to the same churches, you're same on the holidays when we
seeing
come
each
home,
other at parties,
100% shopping together. So you're really friends.
Yeah.
But
until
you chose this, I chose that. That week, we're going to rock and roll, and then after that, we can reconvene. And then we'll talk about who won on Thanksgiving. And I never want to come home losing to Michigan State.
Why do we believe that you want to beat your friends as much, if not more, than your enemies, do you think? I mean, isn't that a perfect example of what Michigan State is all about? Sure, they're friends. There's a mutual respect there, but you want to beat them because they are your friends more than you want to beat your enemies sometimes.
Friends have the same – you have similar friends. You guys are in the same groups. You know the same people. So, like, your world is – legitimately always connected and rocked by your friends. So if you're playing against a friend and you lose, you're not just going to hear from him. You're going to hear from Tommy, Johnny, Bobby, Sarah, Samantha, their mothers, their aunties, their grandmothers, because we all know each other. Yeah. Like, your enemies, who cares? Like, I hate you, but I don't have to deal with you.
I won't see you until next time, right?
I won't have to deal, although you, I guess because social network now a little more connected. But back then it was like, I see you in 364. If you played against somebody in state, I'll see you tonight. Like, you know how many times I went and partied in East Lansing after we won?
But how often?
Every time.
But it's got to get old to a certain extent, doesn't it? I mean,
why? Winning?
Well, if you lose to them, you said you got to hear about it for 365 days.
But that didn't happen.
That's
that
didn't happen. So for you, it didn't happen.
A hypothetical.
Mike Hart's 4-0 against Michigan State. Like, this is what he's 4-0 and I'm 3-1.
Yeah.
So the same thing they did, that's what we have been doing for years and have started doing again.
Yeah.
Like, I'm telling you, like, watching Michigan State loss will hurt so much as a kid, because I'm like, ain't no way in hell we lost to them. Like, the infamous game, like Cedric Irvin had the fake field goal and scored. I said, you dummies, it was fake. I watched it the whole time. But that was me, because I didn't think Michigan State ever had a chance in beating Michigan.
I know you get asked this all the time, but I've never asked you, so it's going to be the first time. And I probably will repeat this question right around Thanksgiving, and I think you probably know where it's going. What is the level of difference in physicality and emotion on Michigan State week and Ohio State week? How do you differentiate the two?
That's a good question.
Thanks, Kool-Aid. I come up with one or two every once in a while.
Ohio State was ridiculously physical as well.
Yeah.
But also ridiculously skillful too. Like, it was more of a chess match, like, where there's some times to be physical, there's some times to, be finesse and figure it out. I think Ohio State's got too finesse, and that's their problem now. But, I'm always going to slip a jab in there. But I think that's what that rivalry is. It's physicality, but it's also, like, it's other stuff. It's other things. It's a little more of a chess match. You do try some plays against them because you need stuff to work. Michigan State, you just line the F up. And you play.
How often have you been in a game in either one of those? But
it's more physical, to your point.
Okay.
Michigan State, when I played, was more physical because we're lining up and playing. Like, I had 2 touchdowns, 114 yards my junior year. I only had 4 catches. The other 90 plays, I was putting a hat on the safety. I was putting a hat on the linebacker. I was coming in motion, coming underneath. I was cracking on the DN because it was running the ball, and we knew that going into the game. I was happy with a couple passes. I was like, I appreciate that. Thank you for that touchdown.
Yeah.
What, 2? Oh, my God.
Wow.
Who do you need me to hit?
Yeah, right.
So, but you knew that, man. And those games were physical. Most physical game was Iowa. Michigan State was
Iowa.
second.
That's interesting.
I hated playing them.
Makes sense, though.
There's some corn-fed.
Yeah,
There's some corn-fed. You know what's that? All they do is physicality. They showed us a video going into my junior year when we played them. They were working out, picking up tractors in the cornfields. I was like, we got to play these fools. And then you go play them. The physicality. You know you played them. Remember
They're strong.
Remember they talked about the 49ers?
Yeah.
The record 3 years ago after playing them was like 0-15. Then that became the Lions after playing them the last couple of years. It became 0 whatever it is. That was Iowa. You play Iowa, you felt it the next game. Michigan State, Ohio State was third.
That's really interesting.
Yeah, Iowa first for sure.
Wow. What about the chirping that goes on? How much is there? Is there any more in a rivalry game like MSU than there would be any other games? There's got to be some talking.
No,
there's always talking at the bottom of piles, but especially against them.
During the game?
Yeah, during the game.
Michigan State was probably more talk. Ohio State kind of was. It was more respect. Like, we're both here to do the same thing. Like, at this point.
Oh, really? I would have thought it was the other way around.
Yeah, but like Ohio State, like, is more serious. I know that sounds crazy to say. Ohio State, I'm not focusing on jaw-jacking with Roderick Maples or Jalen Johnson or Jason Harmon or Eric Smith. I'm not interested in jaw-jacking with them. I care less. Ohio State with Chris Gamble and those guys, Will Allen that I saw. It's business. They just serious. Like, each play could decide what this game was. Mike Doss. I'm not interested in getting caught up with Mike Doss, who will try to get you caught up. No. Let me dial in. Michigan State, we've been knowing each other for so long that it's beyond football. Like, I've been chirping with him since I played at the Cubs, and he played for the Raiders.
Yeah.
And the opening game of the year, the NAACP Classic. I've been like Roderick Maples, who was a DB at Cass, who was a DB that scored on a couple times.
Shout out.
He went to Cass. I went to King. We're rivals. He was nice in high school. His nickname was Mapes. Anytime you have a nickname, you're cold. But I've been competing against him since Little League. He went to the Cubs. I played for the Cubs. He played for the Raiders.
Right.
He played for Cass Tech. I played for King. He played for Cass. I played for Michigan. So, like,
you played for State. You played for Michigan.
Excuse me,
Yeah.
100%. I've known you so long. I've been talking, you know what, since we were 12, 13 years old.
So it just goes right through. Yeah,
100. It's part of the conversation.
But come on, there's got to be some insults.
Yeah,
So somebody's got.
Ohio State is more insultive. Like, Ohio State is more like, I really will fight you after this game.
Well, I would guess Michigan's the same way. Yes.
No, Michigan State's more so like, this is through the game. At the end of the game,
Michigan doesn't say that you guys aren't throwing insults out there. Absolutely, you are. You have to.
I'm not talking about our school.
Yeah.
I'm saying in the games.
I'm
saying Ohio State, the back and forth will lead you to a fight.
I got
after.
you. All right.
But Michigan State is kind of like, man, shut up. And then at the end of the game, it's a dap up. All right, cool. I'll see you tonight, or I'll see you during Thanksgiving vacation.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, but no, that Ohio State stuff was serious. Michigan stuff was, let's get through this game, talk some stuff.
It is accentuated when you have some of the fights in the tunnels.
That's more recent.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's real.
It is real, and I feel like it started with Michigan State, to be honest. I feel like that energy started the Devin Bush situation.
When he was on the field to play and scraping his cleats across Michigan State's logo.
But see, you missed a very key part. That Michigan State deal that they do when they go arm to arm from the goal line to goal line, they don't do that until a certain time. Devin Bush hadn't cleared, like, he hadn't missed the mark in terms of when to get off the field. They started it early and didn't give him a chance.
And just so people are aware, there is a rundown that every team has of what's going on.
When your time is.
Right, when your time is, when the national anthem is, when you're expected to be on the field to play, when the captains are supposed to go out on the clock. Every coaching staff gets that rundown in every sport, just so you're aware. Go ahead, sorry.
So they knew that Devin still had 6, 7, 8, whatever the minutes were. They chose to lock arms. They chose to walk proceedingly as he's walking off the field. They're walking towards him, mind you. He didn't move. He stood his ground, man up like we do. That's why it starts with the M. And then they deboed their way through him. It was a little bit of push and shove. Coaches came, and then he did what he did. He stumped on the Michigan State logo in the middle of the field because what had happened, and then Michigan State took that as disrespect. They never really got over it, and each year there was more and more and more until eventually you get to the point of what happened in the tunnel.
Yeah, the spike the flag planting, all that stuff. I personally, and now as a fan,
I actually love it all, to be honest.
I was just going to say, I love it too.
Yeah, they make too much about it.
Yeah, I love it too. I think that's what makes college athletics different than pro. I mean, the passion is much different. Look, there's really good rivalries in the NFL. You and I both know that. Kansas City, the Raiders used to be special. And that AFC West. Lions, Vikings, Bears, Packers. We found Redskins, Cowboys. We found all kinds of really good rivalries up and down the National Football League. Yeah. Probably a little bit stronger back in the 70s and 80s, but they're still there. In college football, it's probably more reserved, but it's a lot more passionate because of how many people it truly reaches of the people who went to that school and live and die by that.
And that's it. Back in the day, I don't know what it is now. This is a weird, interesting landscape. If it's the same, then cool. I hope so. I hope you get the same experience I had. Back in the day, I hated you because of the school you went to. Mm-hmm. In the NFL, it's like, look, I don't like you because you're in my way. Yeah. Like you're just you're the next team up to the in the way of the goal that we had set. We want to get to the playoffs. You're here. We got to beat you to get there. When you're in college, I hate you because of the colors you're wearing. I hate I hate your campus. I hate your institution. Like I hate everything about what you represent.
You wear your hair. I hate the way that your shoes.
Shout out to Boys in the Hood. I know where that movie is from. I hate your black skin. I hate your black lips. That was the remake. Don't be South Central. Don't be a menace. But yes, I hated them because of what they wore. I hated them because of the colors that they chose, the institution that they chose, and the history that came before that. So, yeah.
Do you feel
it's rooted
generally here? I mean, those are great stories, and we greatly appreciate them. Thank you. Do we feel Michigan State is one of the best rivalries in college football? And when I say one of the best, I guess I have to clarify with a number, right? Probably, is it a top 10, top 15 college football rivalry in your mind? No.
Michigan State has had one meaningful game in the last 15 years.
Yeah.
One meaningful game. I mean, maybe
two.
2016?
I would say 2015 and 2021.
Okay, there you go. They've had two meaningful games in 10 years. And if you want to track back before that, and whether it was our fault and the early into that, we were losing in 2009 through 15. Yeah, 9 through 15. All right, cool. We dropped the ball there. But even before that, there weren't meaningful games. Like when I played at Michigan State was ranked one time. Like they were ranked one time when I played against them, and it was my junior year. They were ranked 11th. They were actually ranked 11th. We were 13th. We beat them, and then they finished unranked. So the answer is no. And locally, it's a major rivalry. The Midwest, it's a major rivalry. But outside of regional, no.
I'm trying to think back. I'm not great with years. Yeah. When you say in the last, would you say 15 years?
I said 15. He gave me another one. You can say 15 years. Yeah, 15 years.
Last 15 years, there's only one meaningful game?
Two? Yes. In 2021, they were 3rd and 7. They both were undefeated. Okay. Michigan State won, and it ended up proceeding to be a good year for both of the teams. In 2015, Michigan had a chance to win. They lose. Michigan State wins the Big Ten that year. Yeah. So that game directly affected what Michigan State could do, what Michigan do. I think Michigan State goes to, they went to Indianapolis that year. That's what I mean. And to the playoffs, where they got smacked by Alabama. Don't feel bad. We got smacked by them too.
Yeah, I was going to
say. I'm honest.
Yep.
But in that
You're fair.
That stretch period, that's all. Like if your game doesn't have any, and we play early, so it can get better later. But if you're meeting and one team is under 500 consistently, or one team is not going to be in any type of mattering as it relates to results for the season, then that's not meaningful football.
How much does that play into your game day readiness when you're looking at a team that you're usually getting up for? If it's a Michigan State, the in-state rivalry, what does it do to you when you realize they've been down for a long time and it don't look like they're going to really pose a challenge?
Well, the good news is like when that would happen back then, that's what coaches are for. That's what Lloyd Carrs are for. That's what the Nick Sabans are for. That's what the Bo Schembechers are for. That's what the George Perlises are for. They're to motivate the men. It doesn't matter what the record is. It's deeper than that. That's what they're for. Now you don't have that type of motivation because the traditions don't matter, because the rivalries don't matter, and people are like every year it's legitimately at least 70 new guys on the team, especially in East Lansing. It's like for sure 45 new faces on the team each year. So you can't be so dialed into that because now it hasn't become about where I'm going to, like cement my legacy and following tradition. It's where am I going for a year where I can advance myself and take a step towards where I want to go next. Michigan State this year, maybe I'm at Oklahoma next year. Michigan this year, maybe I'm going to insert Alabama, Georgia next year. Mm-hmm. So, no, it's not the same emphasis.
It's interesting. I guess to me, I'm sure Michigan State would probably feel the same way. I don't think two teams have to be ranked for it to mean something. So
But that's not what you asked.
So are you?
But you just asked two different things.
What do you mean?
You said what type of rivalry is it? You said is it a top 10 rivalry?
Oh, I said is it a top 10, top 15 rivalry?
And now you're saying teams don't have to be ranked for it to mean anything. When you say the first question, then is it a top 10 rivalry? Top 10 rivalries are usually rivalries that decide something.
Fair enough.
Like Duke UNC basketball is deciding something. Mm-hmm. Like Michigan Ohio State has gotten back to that. It's deciding something.
Good point. Yep.
Yeah, 100%.
I'd buy that. I absolutely buy
Alabama, LSU for a time, Auburn.
But that's not considered a top 10 rivalry.
No, it's not.
Okay, so in other words, UCLA and USC is not a top 10 rivalry.
No.
Okay, Army Navy.
It used to be way back.
Army Navy's not a top 10 rivalry.
Yes,
I think so.
No,
okay.
yes, no.
I think it is too.
I agree.
Yeah,
100%.
Well, what is it deciding?
America.
Besides a trophy.
But it's deeper than deciding a national championship because they're not playing for national championship that they never had.
No, I understand that. I understand that it's deeper than that. It's got to decide something. I think it's a great point, and I think you're
talking about the battle of naval. Excuse me, not naval forces. The battle of branches.
America.
You're talking about
right, but Air Force is in there too. Okay, so
true, but.
And I'm bringing in a few different things here. I'm trying to decipher.
You're trying to throw me off the game, and I'm just simply saying, like,
I'm not trying to throw you off.
Okay,
the game.
well,
I'm just wondering. I'm getting your opinion on something. That's
how
all.
about we do this then? How about we decide which teams matter? Like, which teams are the one of the top 10s, and then we take that, and then from that we can figure out what do they have in common.
Okay.
I think we can. So Michigan, Ohio State's in there
for sure.
Navy,
Army, Navy,
they're in there.
Okay.
For sure. Notre Dame and USC in there.
I think so.
Have no problem with that. They're in there.
All right.
Oklahoma and Texas.
I'd say so.
I would say so too. Would you say Florida State?
And yes, but here's where we get into the meaningful now. Mm-hmm. Like, what have you done for me lately type situation.
Right.
Like, Florida State definitely was in there for a while. Like, Bobby Bowden and freaking
Steve Spurrier.
Yeah. Spurrier won the Heisman and national championship, and then he turned around and wins the national championship as a coach.
Yeah.
But
I mean, they're separated by 150 miles. And before people say, well, you can't have to. Florida, Miami, people would argue that one of the best
Florida State
rivalries
Miami.
is Florida State,
Notre
Miami.
Dame, Miami.
Okay.
Notre Dame, Miami, before they encapsulated in the 80s.
And how many times do you have to meet? I mean, there's so much criteria. I'm not trying to box anybody into a definitive answer here. I'm just getting your opinion on things. Yeah. I think a lot of times we are fed what people consider to be the best rivalries in college football. And then we make up the rules as we go along. Florida State, has it met anything? If they play, when they play this year, did it mean something? Man, you would think so, right? But is Florida State going to win a national championship? Hell no, they're not going to. So that's what I'm trying to, I think his answer is right. Yeah. It has to decide something. Mississippi State and Ole Miss ain't deciding anything this year, folks. Yeah. But I swear to God, they'll tell you that it's a hell of a rivalry down there, right? So I appreciate Florida, Georgia, right? Georgia's going to kick the crap out of them, right? Florida, that's not deciding anything, but that's a hell of a rivalry.
But also, too, notice what you're naming and notice where you're going. Football means more in the South.
Right.
I saw exactly where you're going, and I agree. Mm-hmm. The rivalries are different down there because football it's what they have.
It's a little bit of culture.
100%. Like, football is everything in the South. We've always known that. So when you mention SEC, a lot of those programs, they're big-time games because
I agree with you.
They've cultivated
as a Michigander, and traveling down south, it pained me to admit that because here's what I know. I know down south, college football matters. Yeah, okay, it met in the Midwest, especially in the state of Michigan. Pro sports, I think it's the reason I always say we're among the best sports fans in the country is because we have college and pro. Out east, they have pro. They don't have college. Right?
They got basketball and they got professional.
Yeah, and down south, it's college. Yep. And out west, a lot of times they don't care. Right. In the Midwest, we've got both. right? Especially in the state of Michigan.
Yeah.
There's more people in Michigan and Michigan State on a Saturday than there are some NFL teams.
Michigan's
Okay,
actually, when I was younger, Michigan's a bigger basketball state than football.
there you go. Same here. When I was a kid,
Definitely
the city
had
of Detroit, without question.
Flint,
what are
Saginaw,
we right?
have
What are we
contributed.
known for?
Yeah, basketball.
Okay, so
back then,
high school
yeah.
Texas, right? If you
Football,
think
yeah.
high school football, you think Texas.
Texas,
If you-
Cali, Florida,
Right.
Louisiana, Ohio,
Pennsylvania, Ohio.
the Big 33.
Right
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
When you think hockey, you think Minnesota.
Minnesota, Michigan, Maine,
and
North
Boston,
Dakota.
Boston, yeah,
Boston,
Massachusetts. Sorry,
That's why I'm mad.
to a certain extent.
Well, Maine's
And-
number 3 in terms of professional hockey players. I think Michigan's 1, Maine's 2.
No, I think you're thinking of Massachusetts, Minnesota, Michigan, Massachusetts. Those are the 3 cities or 3 states, excuse me. And then the other would be, basketball, and that's what I always thought. Especially the city of Detroit. But to Braylon's point, the state of Michigan with Flint and Saginaw, the basketball mecca. Right?
Yeah.
And now, do you think that anymore? Probably not.
No.
Right. So I always held on to, selfishly, okay, and admitting I'm wrong here, that the Michigan-Ohio State rivalry definitely, if not number one of the best college football rivalries ever. I think the Michigan State belongs in the same conversation. And that's me wanting it to be more than perhaps many people think it is.
I agree with that, and that's fine. I think for me, why it's hard is because maybe I'm too connected to it, so it's hard for me to decipher. But when I think about the Michigan State, it not only is deciding Big Ten, deciding national championship, it's deciding Heisman Trophy winners. Like, there's been a bunch of times I've turned on the TV, and it's like, if this guy have a game tonight, he's going to win the national championship, or he's going to win the Heisman, Desmond Howard. If this guy goes off today, here comes the Heisman Trophy, Charles Woodson. If this guy goes off, he's got a shot to get to New York. K9 should have got there. Got
TJ
played.
Barrett.
Got played 100%. Exactly. In that moment, but Ohio State, the players, the first round picks, Michigan, the first round picks. Like, there's just so much more lore.
Right.
Like,
There's also
lore.
there's also magical moments, and I think that's a big part of it too. When you have David Boston fighting Charles Woodson,
Won that game, by
when
the
you
way.
have, as you mentioned, Charles Woodson with the rose in his mouth, or when you have a guy like Desmond Howard doing the pose, all those things matter for sure.
And then you get the run back where Charles legitimately runs up the exact same sideline, the exact same way, in the exact same end zone as Desmond did.
Yeah.
6 years prior, and it basically sealed his fate too. Like, it's to your point. I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it because I was at both games.
Yeah, but there are moments. I mean, remember the interception by Woodson
So we'll talk about that.
at MSU?
What?
Holy mother!
That was a throwaway, by the way.
Was it?
That was a
Was
throwaway.
that Bill Burke who
That
threw
was
it?
Burke.
Yeah.
That was Burke's last year.
Yeah.
That was a throwaway. That was not his last year. That was his first starting year. Excuse me.
Okay.
That was a throwaway. He's talked about this numerous times. I remember listening to him post game when I was a kid. He was like, he said, I literally was trying to get the ball out of there, trying to live to the next down, and I just see a hand reach up. Like, that's exactly what he said in the interview. He said, I was trying to throw the ball away, live to the next down. He said, I just saw a hand go up, and he said, my guy, he said, I saw it. He caught it. Like, that's what the quarterback said. Like, when someone talks about a player like that, you know that player is different.
For sure.
Like, first time you watch Reggie Bush at USC, you marvel. Like, there are players that you can just listen to other players talk about, and it'll give you a better gist of, you know what? I don't have to ask how good this player was because that player just told me.
Exactly.
Yeah, he just told me.
That's why I say this all the time. It's really hard to impress you when you tell me that wide receiver is dope. Thank you, Kool-Aid. When you tell me that dude is great, then I go, okay, that dude's great. This is not, no offense, Ryan telling me, I think that guy's great. No. You've done it. You've been there. You've seen it. You've played against him, right? You've played with him. You know who is and who isn't. And when a guy says he's like, man, that is unbelievable, you know it's something special. All right, we are late for a break. I mean, if Kool-Aid
Hey,
had,
no, you guys were in there. It was
if Kool-Aid had a
It
cane,
was heat.
if he had a cane, he would have taken it and put it around my neck and pulled me because he's over there giving me
Sandman
the
at the
evil eye.
Apollo.
No, there's no doubt. It's like your old girlfriend at the bar when you're with somebody new. The evil eye from Kool-Aid can be a little strong sometimes. I can promise you that. I've been on the other end, but when we come back, and we're creeping up to it, man. It's about 21 minutes and counting for Braylon's Breakdown. But first, this from Ben Johnson.
That's why I don't go to bars that my old girlfriend used to go to. Corporations and
Which
government,
one?
even your insurance company, you're a funny guy, will do whatever it takes to minimize their liability and withhold your compensation. When something goes wrong, make Ben Johnson your first call and get the fighter in your corner. Ben Johnson is the fighter and he will fight for you. He and his firm, they get things done. You don't want to believe me? How about you just call him yourself and figure it out? Contact Ben today at benfights.com. JakePierce.com.
But you're not supposed to be done yet. You're supposed to wait. You
you
see
supposed
me.
to-
What you see? What's going on here, right? Come on, man.
But see,
keep talking.
But I wanted this. I wanted you to come in and talk about Art and Jakes and talk
Yeah.
about what I'm about to do for Art and Jakes.
Yeah, Art and Jakes is. We've got a huge watch party taking place this weekend. All right, and Art and Jakes has got some really good stuff in all their 6 locations. All right, and the watch party is going to be in Lansing. All right, it's the Woodward Sports College Football Show, and it's going to be live at Art and Jakes on October 25th. It's all about the Michigan State matchup, and you're going to see this at Art and Jakes because right now, Braylon Edwards is going to sign his jersey, and it's going to go in a beautiful frame
That's
on
right.
the wall there at Art and Jakes. So we want you to come out and hang out with us. We want you to, look at that beautiful food. It looks so good, doesn't it? Wall-to-wall coverage, over 80 TVs if you've never been there. They've got 6 locations, as I mentioned. They've got 80 television sets in each one of those locations. They make sure all their bartenders are ready for the 22 different beers on tap for you. And, of course, the menu. It's not just snacks. It's really good food. Be there for our watch party and Braylon's jersey putting up at Art and Jake's Sports Bar and Grill in East Lansing.
He's
or
about to
Lansing,
sign it
excuse
right
me.
now?
And he's going to sign it right now. He's going to sign it right at the number 1, aren't you?
Oh, 100%.
Okay, 100%.
I still get a little jealous though when I sign these new jerseys because they got the Jordan on there, and the Jumpman. I just only wish. You know what I would have did with my uniform if I had the Jumpman
What would you
and the
done?
gear and the drip that they have? I would have had a black visor. Don't get me excited.
You would have gone all out,
Don't
wouldn't
get
you?
me excited.
Yeah,
You heard what Deion
every
said.
kid already wanted to be like you. They would have been wanted even that much more. There it is, right there, signing behind Paul Bunyan, behind the Michigan helmet,
Yep, he's gonna have to hold that up, man.
and that is going on Art and Jake's in Lansing, going on their
Hey,
wall.
show that camera real quick.
Hey, shout out! Look at that. That's a beautiful thing. Look at you zooming in.
Clean.
Kool-Aid. That's
Clean.
an Emmy award-winning signature right there. We'll be back after this. You got it.
Hey, let's rock.
Hey, you rock.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon. Braylon Edwards and Shep Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you. Every Sunday, there's only one place to get all your kneecapping, hard-hitting Detroit Lions coverage. Start your Sunday with the Lions Weekly Report with Broder and Terry Foster. Then, the Lions pregame show with Neil Rule and Sean Baligian. At kickoff, keep it locked in for all the emotions of the game with a live watch party with the heavyweights. Then, recap the game with the Lions postgame show with Anson. Game days, there's no other place to be than Woodward Sports. Live all game day. Go Lions. Gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You know, you guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
I think you won. We got
This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports. It's bear hunting season, and Dan Campbell is hungry for some kneecaps.
If you can just get a hold of them and you start dragging their ass out to the deep, dark abyss, you can drown them.
The Kings of the North are back for another year of the brand new Lions. Make sure you're locked in to Detroit's #1 sports network for all the news and info on your Detroit Lions.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men and claim your throne for a king's treatment from one of our talented stylists. Open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. Just get to a Lady Jane's today and receive a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. A haircut should not be a chore. It should be an experience. And that's exactly what Lady Jane's has to offer. Open 7 days a week, walk-ins are always welcome. There's always a location near you. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
Head to woodwardsports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward Sports gear. Woodwardsports.com can get the whole team outfitted. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. Shop online at woodwardsports.com.
Where your fitness is essential with over 50 metropolitan Detroit locations. It's the gym for you because it's the gym for everybody. And the best thing about Planet Fitness right now, there's no judgment. We want people to start their journey. You come to Planet Fitness, you come into the gyms, start your journey. The gyms are squeaky clean, so it makes you feel good about yourself. And then also, because there's no judgment, we have trainers that help you with every part of your workout or phase of your fitness. Speaking of fitness, mental health is important as physical health. So mental fitness as well as physical fitness, they go well at Planet Fitness. Come on down. Nobody's judging. We get you worked out. We will get you where you want to be. Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
You know, we were talking about Michigan State, the rivalry that's taking place this Saturday. Well, what are you going to be drinking at those tailgates that you're going to be there? I'm going to be there on Saturday for sure, and Sun Cruiser vodka iced tea will be in a lot of people's hands. All right, real vodka, real iced tea, clean, crisp sip. Only 100 calories. It's not going to fill you up, and you're going to have a great time. So I don't care if it's at a tailgate or at a party at home while you're watching the game. It is all about Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea to make things go well, have a great time, but please drink responsibly.
And we back.
Last night was a tough night, man. It was a really tough night.
I'm going to let you and Kool-Aid talk it out, man. I'm going to let you guys console each other.
Yeah, no, look, it was twofold. So yeah. I thought, the Red Wings came out, and I don't think Buffalo's very good, but, I give respect to every team that's out there. I mean, they're elite athletes. I don't think Detroit played the way they had been played, not just because they didn't win, but they weren't playing the same style. They were looser last night, than they had been the previous 5 games in which, sure, they won, but it's how you play more than anything else. Then I'm flipping back and forth between that and the Pistons, and I'm watching the Pistons, and, Chicago's hitting shots. That's fine. Duncan Robinson wasn't hitting anything. It's just one game. I didn't overreact to the Tigers losing at LA against the Dodgers, even the first 3 games. I'm not overreacting to the Pistons, but you better start making some shots. You better take care of the basketball down the stretch, and you better get more support in that starting lineup than just Cade Cunningham, who I didn't think was all that great last night either. Isaiah Stewart was probably their best player, for crying out loud. But you're going to need more than just that bench. And this is the thing that I was worried about with the Pistons. You lost a lot of shooting. Malik Beasley, Tim Hardaway, obviously a little bit later on, Dennis Schroeder. But can you get that shooting and scoring back with just a couple of guys? You're asking Ron Holland and Asar Thompson to make a major leap. Both of them were good last night. Yeah. They have to be even better moving forward, especially without Jaden Ivey.
And you know what? And you're preaching there when you talk about that outside shooting. One of the questions we asked the audience last night, and KG and I on the stream, thank you to you guys for tapping into the Woodward Sports Pistons season tip-off show. Over 14,000 of you. And that was one of the topics, man. Karis LeVert and Duncan Robinson, they made, a combined about 4.2 threes per game. But when you look at Malik Beasley and Tim Hardaway Jr., because it's not just Beasley, it was Tim Hardaway Jr. too, those guys combined for 6 threes per game. And it wasn't just that they were making it was that they were also able to take the brunt of the offense. Early on when the team was struggling last year, Tim Hardaway Jr. was one of those guys to kind of step up and help to stabilize things. If Karis LeVert and Duncan Robinson aren't able to do that, because it's not just 2 vets are missing. You're also talking about Jaden Ivey, who's down, and they were not able to bring back a Malik Beasley. This is gonna make this what some people believe to be a tough start to the season schedule-wise. This could see them going into that 0-5 hole that a lot of fans are fearing that they're going to fall into.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about that yet. I mean, they shot 51% from 2.
Yeah.
Okay? I don't look at you've lost 2 key guys shooting threes. The 2 guys coming in have to make that up. I don't buy that because Karis LeVert's not a three-point shooter. Okay? So it's got to be the other guys who are at least making up some of that ground. But Duncan Robinson, if you're going to go for 5 and 1 for 7, I mean, that's a bad signing, and I don't think he will. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I don't think he's going 1 for 7. I don't want to overdo it, but when you use the Detroit Tigers in terms of their 3-game series against the Dodgers, like we saw enough elements out of that game. 1, they blew 2 of those games in which they could have won.
Good point.
2, you see some of the hitters like Gleyber Torres that you just picked up and get some hits. You see Spencer Torkelson. The biggest thing about him in that moment is not only that he was getting some hits, it was his eye. I was very impressed in what his eye was at that point. I think that
what he was spitting on rather than what he was swinging at.
100%.
Right.
So I think there were elements of that where you're like, you know what? I saw what you did last year. I know who I know who the skipper is. I'm cool with this, and I was as well. I agree with you. With the Pistons, it's Malik Beasley, outside of just the three-point ability that he had a dog mentality about him. He had a little bit extra that he would do. Like he was able to connect with the players. He was able to sense when it was time to turn up and the things to do. Duncan Robinson, I love him. He's Michigan. He's maize and blue. Go blue. But I don't know if he has that same energy that Malik Beasley has when you need a play and you get to the basket or, rouse somebody up, get that energy. It can take time. So I'm not overly judging it's one game, but that would be my question. I believe he bought, and that's why Trajan Langdon is legitimately, you've heard him talk about the situation. They're waiting to see how things pan out. They hope that he's cleared. They hope because they're bringing him back. They respect there was something a little bit more than what he did than, shooting threes and, doing his signature dance and the whole 9 yards. There was more to Malik Beasley to what he brought to the team. If you're going to lose Tim Hardaway, who does that as well.
And he's got that dog mentality too.
1,000%. Shout out to another University of Michigan brother. He got Karis as well. It's become Michigan. But, yes, I wonder about that. I wonder about where will you get that energy from. And the biggest thing is somebody's got to be able to score some points. Yeah. Like, we can't put everything on Cade.
Yeah, and it's not just that. And you need your bigs. Like Jalen Duren got in early foul trouble. It's ridiculous. Yeah. Cade Cunningham was in early foul trouble. But more importantly, I mean, is someone going to guard Nikola Vucevic, who was just getting
notorious Pistons color?
Fine, but he was getting whatever the hell he wanted.
Everything he wanted.
And a lot of it was going in. Dude was 11 for 18. He was the best player on the floor. So again, it's one game, not a huge deal. But I sure don't want it to be a trend.
I think that a little bit of what you're talking about, Bray, and what we all kumbaya'd on yesterday about what draws us into this Pistons team, well, that's what was missing in that first half of that game. And you heard the players step up and talk about it too. Their energy, their hustle, their diving on the floor, their physicality, the things that underpinned their ability to win last year. It wasn't just three-point shooting. There were times when their three-point shoot wasn't so hot, and they were still able to go out there and dog out a win. That's what was missing last night.
I agree.
Even with Duncan Robinson not really shooting that well, the dude still only takes like 4 or 5 shots a game. I'm looking at the guys like Jalen Duren. They talked about this, Shepard, we were there at Media Day. Jalen Duren has to stay out of those ticky-tack fouls. They said that this was a point of emphasis for them, and they reiterated that at some of the training camp practices I was at too. But what do you see last night? As soon as they got those first 2, they couldn't stop the pick and roll between them. They attacked them, almost as if this is the game plan. We know that you guys are probably better than us talent-wise, but if we can get your guys out of the game, if we can get you guys flustered, then we got you.
That's a scouting report, man, and they started the third quarter with the alley-oop as well. I think what I was hoping to see, and I saw a little glimpse of it, Jaren Duren trying to expand his offensive game. It needs to go a little bit wider. I agree. I don't expect him to be Isaiah Stewart and hit 2 for 2 from deep, but it's got to be more than 4 feet, man. I mean, and if people are wondering why haven't you
agrees with you?
Why haven't? Okay, that validates things. I think with you, it's when people wonder why haven't they extended Jaden Ivey and Jalen Duren, that might be part of the problem. That and the injury problem with the other player. So, I mean, you want that extension, and extend your game a little bit more.
$30 million is a lot.
Yep. Sure is.
Gary Miller's a lot. No, you brought up Buse too. He's been a guy that I've been critical about in the last couple of years because I did not see the value of what he was. He reminded me of Jason Maxill, and that was kind
Cincinnati.
of 100%.
I can understand it.
Yeah, so that was my thing. But last night, 100%. You see the elements in there where you're like, man, if we could have had this guy in the playoffs last year. Like when I'm watching the game, kind of that's what I took from his play and what it was. I instantly went back. I said, man, they could have used him.
It's funny. I said the same thing because last year I said, okay, really, would he have made that much of a difference? Would he have been able to guard Karl Anthony Towns that much better and been more of an offensive force? Because I think a lot of people kind of lay off him a little bit, but now that he's added a little bit more to his offensive game, look, if he can expand his offensive game as drastically as he has over the last couple of years, why can't Jalen Duren do that? You know, and Duren's only 21, so I don't want to be too hard on him. But I get your point, and it's a really good one. Speaking of the Pistons and speaking to the NBA, I don't know if you saw Victor Wembanyama last night, but he was.
Hey, he helped me in my bet.
Dude, he was unbelievable.
You want to bet?
Yeah.
Hey.
Well, Vic voting on betting on Vic is almost a cheat code.
Yeah,
this guy's a cheat code in the league, man. He's a 2K creative player.
They may have to make a rule for him soon. This guy's unbelievable.
That's insane. Like, I'm
he's
serious.
incredible.
I'm not trying to be hyperbolic, but
No,
he
you're
looks
right.
like a literal 2K creative player. The players we all sit down and try and create.
Somebody said to me last night, he might be, when all is said and done, he might be a top 5 player of all time. I'm like, okay, hold on a second. Can we just let the kid be a kid for a minute and grow into his body a little bit more? But then you watch 40 and 15, and you're like, holy crap, that's unbelievable. And they're efficient. It's efficient. It's not like he's taking 40 shots. He's not James Harden taking 40 shots.
72% last night.
72%? Is that what he was?
72%.
That's unbelievable.
The craziest thing I saw last night was Klay Thompson drive on a layup, and he bumped off Wembanyama, and it looks like it's a clean finger roll layup. What happens?
So fast,
Wemby glasses it, and I'm like, what are you even supposed to do in that situation?
I'll give you one that's even a little
Spider-Man.
bit more. I'll give you one even more crazy than that. He had 3 blocks last night. One of the blocks, I can't remember who the guy was, but he's the forward for the Dallas Mavericks with all the hair. Legitimately, he turns around, is going to get bunny. This guy's 6'10". Like Wembanyama was so much taller than him. He reaches his arm up, and it looked like when you're playing on the Fisher Price hoop with your nephews, and your nephew shoot a shot. Man, get that out of here, man. But that's what it looked like. This is a grown man that's 6'10". If he came in the studio right now, he would tower over us, and Wemby made him look like a Fisher Price hoop.
He did.
That's fact.
I mean, he grew.
He'll be the first person.
He grew from last year to this year. He grew.
7'5". He'll be the first one to win MVP and Defensive Player of the Year. I'm not saying this year.
Yeah.
But he'll be the first.
He might.
He'll be the. I agree. Potentially, he'll
And
be the first one to win it since
title.
Hakeem Olajuwon.
Yeah. That's why when we had the conversation yesterday and we heard people talking about, Cade Cunningham could be MVP, I said, look, I hope I see it. I really do. It'd be fantastic. But then I reeled off the names who you usually think of. I mean, after watching Victor Wembanyama, not getting too hyperbolic, it's one game. Don't you look at him and go, holy crap, if that dude gives you half of that on a nightly basis, you're going to be in the conversation.
But then also, too, to your point, and this is Kool-Aid, close your ears on this one. When you talk about the MVPs, to why you were hesitant, and I understand it 100%, they don't wait to jump off the page. They don't need situations to jump off page. They don't need Jaden Ivey to jump off the page. They legitimately jump off the page. Like, they will, regardless of what the team is. And obviously, it's easier when you're Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and your team's that good. Or it's easier when you're Victor Wembanyama because you're 7'5". But that's the MVP. MVPs don't wait until here or this, that, and the third. They pop quick.
There are so many good things to talk about that I want to pick your brain on and get everybody's thoughts in the chat and here too, including what has happened. What has happened with in the NBA with Chauncey Billups and Terry Rozier, and of course a guy we all know here who played in Detroit and Damon Jones, but also what Tom Izzo and Kelvin Sampson and Bill Self all had to say about what's going on in the NBA or the G League, going back down to Division I athletics, Louisville, a player going there. But I really want to get into Braylon's breakdown because that's a staple here. Thursdays, 3 o'clock. I'm not going to miss it. I don't expect you to miss it either. So we're going to have that when we come back. Dr. Pierce will join us right around 3:40. After Braylon's breakdown, we will get into some of the previously mentioned things that are going on. But first, it would be really good to have a Smoothie King right now, wouldn't it? Whether it be an acai bowl or a smoothie, maybe a strawberry banana smoothie would taste really good right now. The next best thing is listen to how you get involved.
Actually.
Yeah, it does. It does.
100%, man. Look, whether it's an ICI bowl or whether it is a smoothie, the best thing about that are the ingredients, real fruit and the protein that help you refuel and get yourself back together after the workout. Join me, download the Healthy Rewards app and build your perfect post-workout routine by Smoothie King. I've built mine, you should build yours too. Don't miss every Friday. You know it's my favorite day of the week. It is Smoothie King High School Athlete of the Week. If you scan the QR code above my head, you can nominate somebody that you believe is deserving. And if this individual wins, this young high school athlete, student athlete that is, they get a chance to win smoothies for all of 2026. And also they'll get some dope merch, man. Nominate your Detroit area high school athlete today. And we appreciate the Lead Foundation for making this possible.
Your biggest investment is your home. You know it because you see it in your savings and account every single day, right? You know you're making that payment. Well, Sharon's Heating and Air Conditioning understand it too, and they've been proudly serving Metro Detroit for over 40 years. They understand that it requires some trust on the people who work on your home, your biggest investment. They've earned that trust for 40 years and taking care of you like their family. Whether it's heating, cooling, indoor air quality, water heaters, generators, you name it, they are experts at it. And right now, DTE gas customers get a free furnace tune-up through December 1st. All you got to do is scan the QR code there on the page or call them at 734-238-3839 and tell them the Braylon Edwards Show sent you.
Hunting season is almost here, Detroit, and your Lions are on the prowl. Make sure you're locked into Woodward Sports for all the Dan Campbell reactions, Jared Goff touchdowns, Amon-Ra first downs, Penny pancakes, Kirby picks, Gibbs big plays, and of course, Jack Fox's leg. Stay locked in on all your Lions coverage right here on Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports. You smell that? That's Brad Holmes cooking. And the off-season smells good. Woodward Sports.
Planet Fitness now has even more best-in-class strength equipment. Join today for $1 down and save.
We're stepping it up.
We're not slowing down.
Finding new faith, new focus.
Love that new equipment smell.
So, you in?
Join the club today. Save when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month. Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
Looking for your daily sports fix? Look no further. Join Braylon Edwards, the University of Michigan legend.
Lofting it, right corner of the end zone for Braylon, up in the air. Touchdown, Michigan!
And Shep.
Do you believe this comeback?
Your favorite sports commentator as they tackle the hottest topics in the world of sports. Catch the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep, Monday through Friday from 2 to 4 p.m. on the Woodward Sports Network. Get ready to laugh, learn, and love sports like never before. It's bear hunting season, and Dan Campbell is hungry for some kneecaps.
If you can just get a hold of them and you start dragging their ass out to the deep, dark abyss, you can drown them.
The Kings of the North are back for another year of the brand new Lions. Make sure you're locked in to Detroit's #1 sports network for all the news and info on your Detroit Lions.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Dr. Pierce, we appreciate having him on the show. We will see him in about 37 minutes. You know he works with the Athletes Unlimited. And let me tell you a little bit about that. Athletes Unlimited is a Michigan-based nonprofit, has one simple mission: breaking down barriers so everyone, and I mean everybody, can experience the joys of sports just like you and I. Join them and Dr. Pierce on November 6th for the annual Topgolf fundraiser. I have done 3 years in a row. This will be fun. It is a ton of fun. 3 hours of golf, food, drinks, and raffle. But the best part is we can get you a bay for free. That's right. If you want to come out and be a part of the fun, we're giving away a bay at Topgolf to the listener who sends the best Dan Campbell post-game speech impression. You're going to send that to Kool-Aid at woodwardsports.com.
I like that.
What we want you to do, encapsulate how Dan Campbell makes you feel after game. We watch these speeches in the locker room. They're captivating. They're motivating. They're authentic. Unlike some coaches, we don't want you to be like those guys that you don't like anyway. Make sure yours is authentic. You send it in. 45 seconds is all we need. If you feel like you're getting going and it's a minute, fine by us. Send it in. If you win, you will be notified on Halloween, Friday. we'll let you know and get you there. Also, you know who Doc is, and we'll talk more with him about Michigan spines, the injuries, and the diagnosis coming up now.
Yesterday, we had Buddy's Pizza, and we were happy. We are still smiling because we can remember exactly how enjoyable it was to have Detroit's original deep dish pizza, and that is Buddy's Pizza. 22 locations throughout the state of Michigan. And finding Buddy's Pizza. There it is. Oh, my God, that looks so good. Buddy's Pizza near you. They have been a cornerstone in the city of Detroit and Metro Detroit for 79 years and dedicated to the community and dedicated to giving you the best value you can find in pizza. Detroit's original style pizza. Save 10% off your entire order. Use the promo code 10MEAL. That's 10MEAL. And find the nearest location by going to buddyspizza.com.
And we back.
Buddy'sPizza.com. thought we were coming back with something else there, sir.
I did too.
Yeah, that's right.
It's my favorite part of the show. It's my favorite part of the week. I'm not going to lie. It's because we love learning.
Yeah.
And now we get an opportunity to learn more about football.
I want to still give the people. I want to give the people this highlight. It is rivalry week. We do got Braylon doing the Braylon's breakdown. And you know what? The crew here, the team, they put together something pretty special. Shout out to JB Smooth, too. So want to be able to let the people see this highlight reel of one Mr. B Easy himself.
We can settle this like you got some plans so we can get into some gangsters.
Uh-oh. It's the number one. See what this is talking about.
Henny on 2nd down and 6 in overtime. Fakes to Martin. Fires underneath Edwards on a screen. Cutting inside of the 16-yard. Power right. Backs Martin the tailback. Quick throw out to Edwards. He shakes a man at the 20. Up the sideline. 15. Bucks a man at the 10. Gets down to the 7 and out of bounds. First and goal, Michigan. Get it to a playmaker. You always say.
36. Stays in the block, Timmy. As Henny loads up for Edwards. A jump ball. And it is taken away. First and 10 to the 21. Henny puts it up. Edwards for the time. Touchdown. He goes up. He got
Hayes all game. Here's Henny back to throw. Henny look. And he's firing on a post cut. Edwards has it. 10, 5, touchdown.
Well, sit back inside on a post. And he gets by Hayes and then breaks over the middle. And Henny threw an absolute strike-in.
The score, the year, where it was at, and what the opponent was. 841. I recognize that, yeah. It was a great game, man.
There's no parallel universe, as they say in Marvel. There's none of that where Michigan doesn't beat the doors off this Michigan State team.
Go, but that gets me fired up, man. This rivalry week. Let's go, Bray. Let's go. I'm fired up. I need the chat to go in there and throw some likes on there for that.
Calm down. I'm too hyped right now.
I'm fired up, man.
Too. I'm about to go to Ann Arbor.
You remember every one of those plays, don't you?
Shout out to JB. Like that was
shout
dope.
out JB
Like,
Smooth.
I could never imagine that somebody do
MVP.
something that dope, man. I appreciate you on that. That got me fired up. Like that, those juices don't go anywhere, man, as it relates to the juices for the rivalry, the juices for the moment. But yeah, every play. Like I remember every single play like it was yesterday. I remember the huddle. I remember the call.
I got goosebumps.
Yeah, I remember why we called the plays we called. I remember being on the sideline like, keep throwing me the ball. What are you doing? Meanwhile, Mike Hart's going for 200 yards too, so I can't really complain. But yeah, that was magical. It was a magical night.
That was really well done. Put together with some full sound up and all that. I love it.
Follow that?
It's tough. It's tough.
Just end the show, huh?
But
we can just roll the credits.
Yeah. That's, actually, I'll be honest with you. That's a good way to end the show as well. Okay,
We will.
you put that there. Why don't we end the show that way? We could also
Today
bring it,
and tomorrow.
I was just gonna say we can
We'll
bring
see
it
you
back
Monday.
tomorrow. Yeah, we
Just play it on loop.
Just play it on a loop. We'll see you
See you
Monday.
Monday.
All right, have a good weekend, everybody. Let's get to Braylon's breakdown, though. Great stuff. Again, thanks to all those who worked really hard at that. That is not easy, by the way. That takes a long time to put together. You got to find the footage. You got to put it in the proper way. You got to put some music to it. You got to bring the full sound up. That's a hard-working job right there, and they did a really good job.
And we're going to get to a lot of the other Super Chats later, but I got to say this one for my guy Freddie Felt, 313 now. $2 Super Chat. That video had me ready to run through a wall.
I'm telling you.
Go!
Same thing, Freddie. And I didn't even play football. I was
ready
even
to
watching that. I'm ready for it.
But Ryan did play basketball last night.
I did.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that in a second. Like Freddie Felt, miss you, brother. It was good having that conversation. The other
that
day,
was fun.
I appreciate that. It did the same thing to me. Like legitimately, I told you I was up in East Lansing last night. Hence the pictures and the disrespect to the Spartan statue. Who cares? Like that energy comes back when you get towards the week, and you know when the week's here. The fall, the leaves are on the trees. They look the same. You know when you see them starting to turn. Michigan State's around the corner, ladies and gentlemen. It legitimately is around the corner. And that's the same thing I felt, years ago. One thing we talked about last night, Shep, was why the Michigan State rivalry is also so huge. It's legitimately a rival that's like 45 minutes away.
Yeah.
Like we're breathing the same air.
Mm-hmm.
We're looking at the same landscape. We're in the same space. We're so close as we're practicing, as we're preparing.
Yep.
Like legitimately that close. The ride up to Michigan State, the blinking of an eye, you're
Yeah,
there.
it's a couple of songs in the car. That's all it is, man. And unlike a lot of other rivalries. By the way, tomorrow on the Braylon Edwards Show, TJ Duckett will give us his thoughts on this rivalry.
TJ.
He's going to join us at 2:30. Appointment viewing. This has always been appointment viewing. It's Braylon's Breakdown. Let's get after it. What do we have today?
We saw some of those plays in there, and it's going to be funny because Braylon's Breakdown actually features breakdown of, me. I don't like talking in third person, so we'll break down some of my plays. I know it's a little grainy. You're going to have to work with me. I'm 42. That's kind of what happens when you played in the early 2000s.
It's all right. My high school highlights on VHS.
Nigga, I'm not on beta. What you say? You better not be talking here.
He goes, at least my highlights are on VHS.
This is VHS. Whoa. You a hater. First of all, this is what VHS looks like in 2025.
That's right.
Now,
It's not high def, folks.
If this was beta, it would look like
my highlights are on the internet.
Yeah.
I can't hate.
All right,
He has
it's kind of looks
highlights.
like Tecmo Bowl. You got to find me. I'm going to be up at the top. You always notice me because I get a good lean. I like that good lean. Gives me a fast start. This is going to be a go route. It's a 40-yard throw. Broderick Maples, who's the guy I was talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Cass Tech High School. Played against him in Little League. Played for the Raiders. Now here we are in college. He's off. You don't necessarily love the go route against off coverage, but you got a receiver that understands closing the space before you make the move. You can have some success. Big John Navarre, let's hit snap. Let's see what we got. So right now, my job is to kill the leverage. You can't see it, so I'll explain it. My job is to take the route straight at the DB. Make him think I'm running the go route, not make any waves, not do this like I'm faking here, not do this like I'm faking here. Close his cushion, and then turn. So I close the cushion on him, hit play.
Are you the first option here?
I'm always the first option.
Okay, sorry. Bad
I'm always
question.
the first option. But being respectful, yes, on this play, I am the first option. Hit play. You'll see what I do at the top of the route. This is a little trick. So the DB tries to put his hand on me right here. You can't see it. He tries to put his arm on me. I swat it down. Knock it down, knock him off pace. And then, that was to the Spartan
a little
crowd.
shush. Okay.
Shut up, you know what I'm saying? Here we go. Back copy. You'll see it a little better. Big throw by Big John Navarre. That's my guy. That's my quarterback in the words of T.O. Get a little hype right there. Celebrate with the big fella. All right, here we go. You see it right here? Now watch him try to put his hand on me. I knock it down. Knocked him off base. Always look up. When the ball's in the air and the quarterback's throwing a go route, you see a lot of guys, when they run the route shut, they're running, and then they look back here. There's nothing coming for you there. There's nothing there. It's a 40-yard throw. The ball's up, so when you turn, you look up, you find the ball, you catch it. That's exactly what I did. Watch him turn. Get your hand off me.
It's actually pretty good coverage, Braylon. It's actually pretty good coverage. This is a hell of a catch and a hell of a throw.
It was a hell of a throw.
Yeah.
It was a hell of a
Really
throw,
is.
but it was technique.
Yeah.
Rewind it just a little bit. We're not gotta go stand it too long. Rewind it a little bit. Remember what I always say about keeping space for the numbers, keeping space for the go ball. Like John, technically, I love you, John. The ball should be out there on the numbers.
Yeah.
If he throws out there, I walk into the end zone in stride.
Toward the pylon.
100%.
Yeah.
John threw it on the inside, but Just throw me the ball, John. I could care less.
Yeah.
So it's
Playmakers make plays.
It's very good coverage until the end hit play. Right when I swat his hand down is when you notice I get ahead. Now I'm ahead. I look up, and I look for the high point where the ball is. There's no way you can stop. Yep. Too little. Get off me. Ugh, this is nasty. I got the high white socks with the choke pad straps. That is trash. But can't say anything when the guy's in the end zone. Give me the next play. Tud! And then I also told the Spartan mascot, which is one of the best in the country, you got to be quiet when the Michigan Wolverines are working. All right, next play. I know this was grainy too. This is going to be fun. This is me talking stuff, and this is the best throw.
It's a 3-wide set. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. This is Michigan.
I know.
That's weird. Who knew?
I know.
In the midst of Chris Perry getting 53 carries, we threw the ball a little bit as well. John drops back.
What's the defense here?
First read will be on this side. Technically, Jason should be the first read on this play.
Okay.
This is quarters across.
Quarters, great.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, hit play up top. I'm up at the very top. This is a great throw. I just let it play out. I won't say too much. I stayed on the numbers. Boom, plant it. Look at this throw. Wait till you see it from the back. You can't see much on that. You can see me talking stuff. Look, I'm always going to talk some you know what. Yeah, I told you, sorry, you know what, blah, 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 blah. We're going to get it from the back copy. Watch this throw. All right, I'm going to eat up Roger Maples. Why do they have Roger Maples check me? I'm going to eat up his coverage, hit play. You got to eat up the coverage. Eat up the coverage. Eat up the coverage. Now hit stop. Hit pause. This is called trust. This is called trust. Yeah. Look at this.
I know.
Legitimately,
I'd be throwing left.
This is Tim Massaquoi.
Yeah.
This is the touchdown.
Yeah, that's where
This is the open play, the first down, the touchdown. But Big John Navarre, when you have trust, which is earned, much like Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jared Goff, you just throw it. Safeties buzzing on it, corners sitting on it. However, John still throws it. Just watch this throw. Watch this ball. You can hit it. Shoo.
Oh,
look at that throw. Like I'm talking about, he just has his hands up. I've already caught it. The safety didn't know where it was going. He's turning the opposite way. He blew contain and one in the end zone.
That's
with
a
another
tight
touch.
window, man.
But Shep, when I told you I played the villain, I'm El Baba Yaga. Hit play. The whole time after the catch, I just want to talk. You know what? I want to talk blue. Man, get your hand. You can't see it on that one. Anyway.
Oh, no, you can see it when we get back.
You can see it on the first play. This one right here. Here it is.
Yeah.
Yep, let it roll, let it roll, let it roll, let it roll. I'm talking the whole way. You sorry son of a blah, blah, blah. I can't believe y'all tried to run that defense. You trash, and I'm going to be up here tonight to talk all your girls. I'm be up here tonight to take all your girls, too. All right, next one. This is fun. All right, here we go. This is the game. Everybody always asks me about this game. This is a game. 3 touchdowns, coming back. 6 minutes left, 17 points. This one is the tire. This is the tie. All right, this one's for Ty. Kick scored. This will be the second touchdown in the fourth quarter. Hit play. It's man-to-man, up top. I don't know why they had this guy on me. Legitimately, hit play. Hit pause. Let me break something down to you real quick. Coming into this game, Shep, I was the number one. Actually, coming into the season, I was the number one wide receiver in the country, right? Mm-hmm. Coming into the season, he was a converted running back.
Wow.
Jaron Hayes. He led Michigan State in rushing the year before. Oh so my senior year, I'm legitimately preseason number 1. At this point, I've got the stats to match it. You allowed this man to check me one-on-one?
You took that personal.
That's why John L. Smith got fired. Ain't no way in hell you allow a running back to check the number 1 wide receiver in the country. Okay, good coverage. I digress. Hit play. You don't know what you're doing. I just took the leverage from him. Not going to play like that. He's so worried about me. I'm looking at the ball the whole time. When they talk about high pointing the ball, when they talk about high pointing the catch, you got to go before the DB goes. You get yourself in the air before the DB goes, and you give yourself a better chance to catch it or get the pass interference. Rewind it just a little bit, Ryan. Like, look when I jump. Like, he's legitimately trying to track the ball.
It started out with good coverage, actually, and
then,
now he just didn't adjust like you did.
Better player.
Yeah.
By the time he gets, that was a weak vertical, but by the time he gets off, by the time he gets off the ground, I'm already in the air.
Yeah.
I'm already catching the ball, coming down, tie ball game with 1 minute and 45 seconds. We almost won this in regulation.
Can we talk about the celly for just a minute? I mean, everybody's coming to you. The big fella's Chad Henne. You're walking away from everybody.
Because
What is going on?
because I'm in the zone. Like, we legitimately were down 17 points with 6 minutes
Hands
left
the
in
ball
this
to
game.
the ref.
I mean,
And it
I
looked like we were
understand why
gonna
the band, you're leaving the band, but there's the big fella. Get off me. Here comes Chad Henne. Get away from me.
Because it's not about celebrating. I'm in a moment. Like, we just tied the game. Game's not over.
Gotcha.
There's a minute and 45 seconds left in this game. We've come back. Look, save the celebrations for skeeps or touchdowns or Ricks after the game. We got a game to win, and we almost lost this game, but keyword almost. So that's a tud.
That's big.
That's the infamous picture.
Love it.
In the zone right now. All right, Carl Tab, get off me. Relax. Come on. Because, I mean, you're a senior. When you understand the moments, you understand what's going on.
You expected the moment.
We got more. Yeah, we got more to go. So this was a great, great, great team effort, team win. The highlight obviously is on me, but it was a great team win. Love my brothers in arms. Saw some of them this week. But this isn't the only amazing performance in Michigan State history. I have 9 other ones to go along.
You know what surprised me about that play is you finished. Well, I thought Ryan was going to finish it, but that's okay.
Oh, I can do it, yeah.
You leap early.
Yeah.
Like you're in the air for a long time before the ball comes down. Okay? You're
hang
leaping. That's a lot of hang time right here.
Like,
and you really appreciate it when you watch it a couple of times.
Appreciate that. I just studied Randy Moss. Like, my favorite wide receiver was Jerry Rice. Got me into the game.
Yeah.
But once Randy Moss came out, and you start mossing people, and you see that his ability to high point the football, I just paid attention to.
Yeah.
And you practice it and practice it and practice it until you get
impressive
a
stuff.
beat, and there you go.
Yeah, and that really doesn't do it justice either because,
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't look like you're high off the ground there, and you are. You're super high, and at least with Randy Moss, you didn't, pretend like you're mooning the crowd, so that's good for you. When we come back, we want to get to those, okay? Let's do that.
That was frustrating, Randy Moss.
That is a disgusting act. And then we're going to get to Dr. Jeffrey Pierce. He will join us. We want to get into the gambling
JV,
situation in the
you,
NBA
my
as
brother.
well, and what Tom Izzo had to say. If we have time, it was damning, he was spot on, and so was Kelvin Sampson. Bill Self was okay. He just didn't look like he completely wanted to go all in. You want to go all in for your next car, it's easy to find the right place. Les Stanford Buick GMC is the place. They've got offers for everybody, for everybody's budget. All right, here's the budget. If you want the Hummer EV SUT, the lease special right now, $599 plus tax. If you want the Lyric SUV, that's a Cadillac, the lease special, $489 a month. And if you are a little bit more economical, the 2025 Equinox EV lease special for only $229 a month. It's at Les Stanford Buick GMC. Go to their website to find all the great deals in the inventory. It's lesstanford.com.
Once you buy that vehicle, why don't you bring it over to Jack's Car Wash, because they are the best car wash in the state. Check this out. We can even get you a free car wash. All you got to do is text WSN to 888-522-1729. Again, that's WSN, Woodward Sports Network, to 888-522-1729. Enjoy the top-tier service, free vacuums, compressed air, all the things that I talk about always. But at the end of the day, regardless of that, you know you want your car clean. You know you want to shine. Look at the weather outside. The sun's out. Weather is holding on. Fall is giving us glimpses, a little bit of an extended summer, if you will. You want to get that car shining for the day. Get a car wash for Friday. Do it at Jack's, please.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. ThenFights.com.
Planet Fitness now has even more best-in-class strength equipment. Join today for $1 down and save.
We're stepping it up.
We're not slowing down.
Finding new faith, new focus.
Love that new equipment smell.
So, you in?
Join the club today. Save when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month. Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
Big injury injuries? Big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon. Braylon Edwards and Shepard Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you. No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You know, you guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, you know, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
I think you won. We got Tully, everybody. This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports. The most talked about Detroit media by other Detroit media, and we love it. It's the Woodward Sports Network. Looking for your daily sports fix? Look no further. Join Braylon Edwards, the University of Michigan legend.
Lofting it right corner of the end zone for Braylon, up in the air. Touchdown, Michigan!
And Shep.
Do you believe this comeback?
Your favorite sports commentator as they tackle the hottest topics in the world of sports. Catch the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep, Monday through Friday from 2 to 4 p.m. on the Woodward Sports Network. Get ready to laugh, learn, and love sports like never before. Woodwardsports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward Sports gear. Woodwardsports.com can get the whole team outfitted. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. Shop online at Woodwardsports.com. It's bear hunting season, and Dan Campbell is hungry for some kneecaps.
If you can just get a hold of them and you start dragging their ass out to the deep, dark abyss, you can drown them.
The Kings of the North are back for another year of the brand new Lions. Make sure you're locked in to Detroit's #1 sports network for all the news and info on your Detroit Lions.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
If you're looking for the ultimate pickleball experience, make sure you check out Wicked Pickle. It's Metro Detroit's hottest indoor pickleball spot, and make sure that you go scan that QR code so you can get a jump on the information. It's a lot of good information that we want you a part of. With 10 climate-controlled courts, deadly open play for all levels, and a chill lounge with TVs, ping pong, and cold drinks, it's always game on, rain or shine. If you're throwing a party or a team event, they host groups from 10 to 200. And listen, you don't want to miss out on the APA Michigan Gold Cup, November 22nd through the 23rd. Make sure you sign up at pickleballtournaments.com or take the shortcut, scan that QR code. Also, mark your calendars for the Woodward Sports Pickleball Party, January 9th. We have more details on the way.
If you are looking to upgrade your relaxation game, check out Massage Chair House in Bloomfield Hills, Michigan, the largest massage chair showroom in the Midwest, located near the corner of Woodward and Long Lake Road. Experience luxury comfort with Dr. Eric Duncan, the Wellness Doc, creator of the top YouTube massage chair review channel. Book a visit at www.massagechairhouse.com or scan that QR code above my head. Massage Chair House, your ticket to ultimate recovery and relaxation.
And we back.
And we back. We got Dr. Pierce, so we want to finish going through. Now what I want to do is I want to talk about some other elite performances in this rivalry, because on both sides there have been individuals that have turned it up. I'm not going to get to talk about everybody because we can go as far back as Tom Herman if you want to. 3 touchdowns, 200 yards total. But the great GOATs, the great 98 was 1940, so we'll try to keep it a little more recent. Here we go. First one we'll talk about, Plaxico Burr is a friend of mine, and he had 17 second. I always have to tell him, man, he got 17 after me. But the performance that he had was lights out. I went to the game, it was 1999. As you see, it was East Lansing. He was so dominant in this game. 255 yards, 11 catches.
Let's check that mic.
He only had 1 touchdown. Hey, Braylon, can you turn on the mic?
Oh. He's talking about Plaxico Burress, who's a good friend of his. Had to wear number 17, but second. Braylon wore it first.
Plax is my guy. I was at this game, legitimately sitting on the Michigan sideline, probably around the 40, 50-yard line. What he did was just ridiculous. He dominated the whole game. That 255 felt like 500 yards. Ty Howard, who was one of our starting DBs, you see where he's at. That's where he was at the whole game. It got so bad at one point that Dave Terrell, who was a freshman wide receiver, also wore number 1, also the number 1, first-round draft pick.
Carolina.
Chicago.
Yeah.
Musin went to Carolina.
Yeah.
They legitimately put Dave Terrell on Plaxico Burress because Dave Terrell's 6'3", Dave Terrell's 218, Plaxico Burress is 6'5", Plax is 6'30". It'll work. Well, he destroyed Dave Terrell too, and then Lloyd infamously on the sideline, hey, get his ass out of there. That's what he did. That's how cold Plaxico Burress was. And he did the same thing in the league. You saw him, the slant go to win the Super Bowl on the sluggo. Plax deserves everything he got at this game. He just look at him.
Yeah,
it's easy
outstanding
to
player.
him.
Yeah, outstanding.
He was when they say man-child, it's reserved for individuals like Plaxico Burress.
I love the big physical receivers. Yeah.
And could move a little
speed,
too.
Yeah,
he was deceptive.
Yeah. No lumbering there. Right.
All right, here we go. Who's number 2 coming up? What we got? J.J. McCarthy. This was 2023. 2023, the national championship run. You know what time it is. Finally, he got a big passing day. 289 yards, 4 touchdowns for J.J. Now the Minnesota Vikings backup quarterback did his thing in this game. What I love about it so much is because this is after you know what came out. This is after all the problems. This is after all the stuff with the cheating and Connor Stallions. And then Michigan State has the whole snafu on the scoreboard in this game. You guys remember that? You remember that, Shep?
I remember.
Okay, there we go. We'll leave it there. But this was that, and they talked about we don't even want to play Michigan. Is it that you don't want to play us because we're cheaters, or you don't want to play us because you're not good? Well, we found out what it was. 49-zip. That game's over, but I figured all my Michigan fans that are current, here's JJ, 289 for a touchdown.
Wow.
Who we got next up here? Oh, this is Heisman Trophy finalist, the big fella, Lorenzo White. You ask your uncles, you ask your fathers, you ask them about this guy in East Lansing. Lorenzo White was a problem. Most notably what he did in the Rose Bowl, he took it to a new level. Lorenzo White was a monster. This particular game, though, 190 yards, 2 touchdowns, and on 25 carries, he even had 20 yards receiving, over 200 yards, total yards from scrimmage. He was a monster. He was a beast. His right tackle was number 2 in the NFL draft in the year you remember.
Tony Manders.
Tony Manders, the year they drafted Barry Sanders, he went number 2.
Packers did the Lions a big-time favor.
Yeah,
they went
did.
Troy Aikman, Tony Mandrich, Barry Sanders, Deion Sanders.
Thank
Not a
you.
bad draft. Yeah.
Sanders back-to-back.
3 Hall of Famers in the
White,
first
like
4 picks.
the infamous him, and all those things. Lorenzo White's probably the greatest running back in Michigan State history in terms statistically.
I think it's pretty tough to beat him.
100%.
Yeah.
So, like, for the young Bucks, look them up. I know the jersey looks a little old. The shoulder pads look a little high, but I guarantee you, the stats and the film checks out.
Then played for your dad's team in the NFL.
The Houston Oilers, 100%.
Yeah.
All right, what we got next? All right, so I put him on here. We just said we were going to bring him on the show tomorrow. We'll let him talk about this game in his own words. He's a friend of mine. He's the most athletic person that I've ever seen, especially at that size. When I was in high school, I was in freshman year. I saw him his senior year. I saw him at a track meet.
Wasn't he at Lloyd Norris in Kalamazoo?
He was Kalamazoo Lloyd Norris, but he came down to the indoor meet at University of Michigan. It was the high school championships.
Gotcha.
Legitimately, I watched this man, T.J. Duckett, who, oh, by the way, besides just stiff arming John Shaw, sorry about that, John, 208 yards this game, 1 touchdown. That touchdown was a game-winning touchdown. I saw him, Shep, in one track meet. I saw him win the 60-meter dash. Let that sink in. He's 240 at 6 foot right there. I saw him win the 60-meter dash. I proceeded to watch him win the shot put. Tell me people that are winning the shot put and the 60. Just let that sink in. Who's winning the shot put?
I don't know.
And the sprint?
Tyrone Wheatley. He's the only guy I could possibly
He wouldn't
think
win
of.
the shot put, but sprints for sure.
Yeah.
100%. But this dude was a cold piece.
Yeah.
Second round draft pick to the Atlanta Falcons, and the first
Good for you.
First person I knew that was in the music video. It's hiding here with Nelly. He's in that video. All right, who we got next? We'll talk to him tomorrow. Mike Hart, Mike Hart could be on here twice. And if you want to talk about the totality in 2 years, no one did what Mike did. My senior year, 212 yards, dyslexics, 221 yards, 1 touchdown. That's why when people say the Braylon game, I'm like, Mike was doing his thing too. And then what does he do after that? He says the little brother comment.
Right.
What does he back it up with the following year? 215 yards, another touchdown, and another win in overtime. The man had 430-plus yards and 2 touchdowns and 4 technical overtimes against Michigan State. Like, who else has done that?
Yeah.
This is, when I say my little brother, this is my guy.
Yeah.
So Mike Hart, he turned up and always had a smile.
He was such
on
a
his
good
face.
college football running back.
He was great college football running back.
Just because you're not a star in the NFL doesn't mean you can't be a star at the collegiate level.
Right.
And he was a really good example of that.
Yeah.
So what? He wasn't a great pro? That dude was a great college player.
When you mention, like, what I judge players by is how you doing rivalries. You go to East Lansing and you mention this name, as much as they hate him, and this is what I even respect about Michigan State. For all the people that hate Mike Hart for the comments, for all the people that hate me for the game, when they talk to you, they say, man, you blah, blah, blah. But I respected you.
Yeah.
Like, they say all that about Mike Hart. He started the little brother.
They would have wanted him on their team.
That part. Mike Hart, love you to death. Here we go. Who we got?
Oh, come on. Maybe one of the greatest college football plays ever. Seriously, right?
Shep, I'm legitimately sitting.
That would take Brady back.
I'm legitimately sitting 10 rows up in this area. Watching the quarterback. I know the game at this time. I'm sitting there with my dad. My dad's talking about the game. Had this play. He's like, oh, they probably just throw the ball away. They throw the ball up, and all you see is a hand reaching from out of nowhere. Like, this is what it was. This arm reaching out of nowhere makes this interception. Fast forward. When you watch Burke, who was the quarterback threw this interception, Bill Burke, this is his sophomore year. He's starting the quarterback. When they interviewed him, he said, I was just trying to throw the ball away, get the third down. He said, and all of a sudden I saw a hand. He said, and he caught it. I saw it clear as day from the pocket. He said, that was the greatest play I've ever seen. And you know what? I agree. We talk about the Ohio State punt return. This is the play that took him from third in the Heisman, behind Leaf and Peyton, to first in the Heisman. And he had another interception in this game, by the way, and then he never relinquished the lead. So the Ohio State punt return, also he had an interception in that game, was the coup de grace. Best player in Michigan history. It is what it is.
Can I just say one thing? It might have been Todd Schultz, not Bill Burke.
Schultz. It is Schultz.
Yeah,
it is Schultz.
Yeah,
Burke was
Bill Burke was number 16. I think he played afterwards.
He's Plax.
Yeah.
He's Plax quarterback.
I think it was Todd.
Yeah, best player in Michigan history, and to me it's not close because he proceeded to do the same thing in the NFL. When you can do it at 2 levels, like that's when you get different conversations. Like when you can be that dominant, that great, different conversation. All right, who we got? Who's up next? Hey, it's my boy Chris Perry was on the team. We showed you that grainy game that you had to decipher through what was going on. Well, he was a real star of that game. I had 2 touchdowns, so did he, but he also had 53 carries for 208 yards. Let that sink in. You know how tired and exhausted you got to be to carry the ball 53 times in the cold, in this type of rivalry? Yeah. He did it with a smile on his face, and it was one of those ones where you just take your hat off to an individual. Like at the end of the game, it was like, you did that. Because I can't carry the ball 53 times.
Yeah.
Like
not many people can.
20 passes in the cold. Yeah. All right, go somebody else. Go to somebody. I got my yards. We're gonna win. 53 yards for Chris Perry. He's Heisman finalist. We talk about Heisman finalists. Yeah. Goes to the Heisman.
People
this
forget
year.
that.
He went to the Heisman. Carson Palmer ends up winning. Larry Fitzgerald finished second. He finished third, and I forgot who finished fourth because it doesn't matter. All right, next, big Chris Perry. Speaking of running backs, I told you, when you're talking about this rivalry, the running backs rule this rivalry. There's a couple receivers here or there. Shamunga Biaka-Batuka. His most notable game, by the way, coldest name in the history of sports. Touchdown Tim, a.k.a. Took. Touchdown Tim. Anyway, the Ohio State game this year, 1994, 313 yards, and I always remember it because, well, I'm born and raised in Detroit, 313. But this game wasn't bad. 195, 18 carries, 2 touchdowns.
Beat him 40-20.
He's fast as out on the what. For a big fella, he had the best feet that I've ever seen.
Really?
For like a big guy, his feet were electric. Chris Perry had really good feet too. All right, who we got now? Do we
Here's
have
your
more
top
Michigan?
2, Braylon.
Huh?
Your top 2.
All right, top 2. Give me no. Switch it. Go in order. Now, I want mine to be number 1, but I'm an honest person. I said the top 10 performances. So I'm gonna say top performances. I got to be honest. This is number 2. We beat Michigan State, 180 yards, 3 touchdowns. Blah blah blah. They were 11th in the country. We were 13th. We took that over. Oh, that was the year before. Anyway, hell of a performance. But go to number 1. Listen, to watch what K9 did in this game, I watched this closely. This was Michigan was coming back. We had first just started doing the show. I was excited for what Michigan was doing. Didn't think much of Michigan State. Mel Tucker, Tuck coming, Tuck gone, the whole 9 yards. What he did in this game was special. 5 touchdowns, but Shepard's not just the 5 touchdowns. His offensive line is trash. And I know you're like, how can you say that? Every move he made was a cutback move, like over pursue. Michigan will over pursue. He would go back the opposite way. He fought and clawed for everything he got that game. 191 yards, 200 plus total scoring, 5 touchdowns. 5. When you have Cinco touchdown, Hassan Haskins against Ohio State, it's unparalleled. So for him to have that in a rivalry game to where they both were finally unranked, so the game was like the game of old, even more, and he did this, it's the greatest performance in that game in my eyes.
And on top of that, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong here, both teams were top 10, both teams were undefeated going into the game.
Michigan 3 or 4, Michigan State 7.
Okay.
So they both were in the top 7.
And you see a future Lion in the background.
I will say this. I'm not saying asterisk. I'm not playing that game. He did his thing. The sack strip fumble touchdown they took away from him is criminal. It was absolutely criminal. But I digress. It's not about Aiden Hutchinson because guess what? He did get to New York. He didn't. K9, he's number 1 performance that I've seen with my own 2 eyes. And a runner-up was Andrew Anthony, who wore number 1 for a little time, transferred to Oklahoma because he too had 180 yards at Michigan State and 2 touchdowns.
And a 95-yard touchdown.
Exactly. So he will be my runner-up.
And the 5 touchdowns are the most Michigan has ever given up to one individual player. That's Braylon's breakdown. Really good stuff. Always appreciate it. I love it. Dr. Jeffrey Pierce will join us on the other side. First, can you catch your breath in time for Black Rock? Okay.
I'm ready.
All right, go
Let's
for
talk about
Black Rock.
Yeah. And Braylon's beef is still there. The 20-ounce New York strip steak is still there and in business. Don't forget, when the Lions win, you win. Lions won last week, so go to get yourself an appetizer for the free ball. $19.99 steak and lobster, limited time only. The deal is hot. It won't last long, so you got to pull up, man. And also, don't forget about the fish and chips. I know I got some fish and chips lovers out there. Black Rock, they do it the best, better than all the rest.
7 locations for Black Rock, which is really impressive. Lady Jane's got 28 throughout the state of Michigan, and they've got down in Florida. They're all over the country, and there's a reason for that because they know how to take care of you, and they do it the right way. Precision haircuts for men. Lady Jane's, come in, sign in, and then sit down and enjoy. It's Lady Jane's, and it's wicked awesome.
You heard about me, word of mouth. Now soak it in, baby, and check me out.
Check this out. The brand new model year has arrived at Feldman Chevrolet, and nobody has more inventory. That's why we're Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer. With the biggest selection at the lowest prices, there's never been a better time to check us out. Check out this 2026 Silverado for just $179 a month, or this 2026 Equinox for just $229 a month. So check us out, because around here, it's fun being #1.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon. Braylon Edwards and Shep Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Rivalry Week in East Lansing. Check out your friends at Feldman Chevrolet of Lansing for a new car. Lease a 2026 Silverado 1500 Crew for only $179 per month. $179 is it. Or 2026 Equinox for $229 a month. This Saturday, Spinny from Woodward Heavyweights will be doing a social media takeover from the streets of East Lansing before the Michigan State game. Thanks to Feldman Chevrolet of the Lansing and our friend Joe Rodriguez. Pull up on those guys, but even if you can't make it, Feldman still got those cars ready for you.
Yeah, I mentioned earlier that I won a bet yesterday thanks to Victor Wembanyama, and I did it right on Caesars Sportsbook. Spurs yesterday were plus 150 to win. Made myself $15, $10 bet to win 15. And if you haven't used Caesars Sportsbook yet, make sure you scan that QR code or just use code Woodward1000. Your first bet will come back to you even if you lose. Maximum bet of $1,000, minimum bet of just $20. Download the Caesars Sportsbook app today, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports.
And we back.
Missed him last week. Dr. Jeffrey Pierce, the man, comes in here on Braylon Edwards right after the breakdown every Thursday. So we welcome him back, and he is on location. We hope he's doing well. We've got Doc on, right?
Looking like a boss right now. Looking like a boss.
Looking like a boss, yeah. He's got a poker game going on back there. All right. Hey,
what are you talking about?
Hey, Doc, we saw
Braylon's hot right now.
Yeah,
crazy timing.
Right
yeah, bad timing. We saw the impact that Aleem McNeil had. Yeah. You have kept us updated on the progress of a guy who goes through what he went through with his knee. What surprised you most about his effectiveness, and maybe more importantly, the fact that he played 44 snaps in that game? Because I think that's as stunning a statistic as anything else.
I think it blows it away, and I'll call myself out on this. I told you he's going to need at least 2 games, if not 3 games, to really get his rhythm. This guy had his rhythm before the game started. I mean, he was a force. I know we did some isolated looking at him, how he's taking 2 guys on, pushing the whole line, and you didn't see him. There was no hiccup at all with him. He was more powerful than I would have predicted. And when he told all of us, I'm ready to play, I think he was ready to play. And I think that emotional part just got him so fired up. He was major impact for sure. So McNeil, I mean, hats off. Again, I love giving credit to the medical team and the training team, but they did an excellent job of getting him back and being a force for the Lions on that front line. And what a difference him and Hutch, the rushing. I mean, they just disrupted that whole phenomenal Tampa Bay offense for sure. And he played a major role, I thought.
Yeah, you use the best word possible. Lee McNeil is known as the disruptor. And if you watch that game, you got to take your hat off to, one, the medical staff, but you got to take your hat off to Lee McNeil as well, because to do what he does in the trenches in terms of the type of pressure that he's putting on his knees and legs and the movements and the things, to be able to 44 snaps, play against that, take 2 individuals on at the time so you clear it for Jack Campbell, the guy next to you. It was a tremendous performance, no doubt, by him. My question is about Mike Evans, switching just a little bit.
It's a good one. Yeah.
Not even the hamstring side of things. It's more so like the clavicle that he broke in the game. Doc, I asked a question, and the question was about the field turf at Ford Field. Mm-hmm. You see this injury. You've seen a lot of injuries. Field turf has come up in the past, rightfully so. Does an injury like Mike Evans' clavicle being broken on that play, which he came down pretty hard directly on it, would it happen regardless, or does the field turf play a role in that? And also, does the field turf play a role in some of the injuries that we've seen over the last 3 years with the Lions?
That's been a debate ever since we started doing field turfs, and we're putting different materials in it. We're playing with it. There's a lot of science behind that field turf. I think it was just an unfortunate moment. I don't think the field turf had anything to do with it. I actually thought at the beginning the football kind of got caught between the ground and his clavicle, and that's what happened, but the ball was already out. It looks like a direct impact to that shoulder, and it was compression. I think it was just an unfortunate moment. I don't think the field turf mattered. The guy laid out. Evans has unbelievable talent. He kind of laid out there. He wanted to catch that ball, and he was defenseless against the ground. He didn't brace himself at all. And when he took that impact to the shoulder, it just something had to give. So again, the clavicle from the shoulder to the sternum, the middle, right below your throat there, that's the bone that kind of holds in that whole place. And sometimes the clavicle is not as important. And I compare it to the fibula in the lower leg, where it's a meaningless bone, but the clavicle has a structure that holds that anatomy between the shoulder out. So it's a fragile bone. It's easily fractured. My daughter actually had a terrible fracture with it. So unfortunately, he's not going to be back this season, but it's just an unfortunate event. I don't think it was turf related. And originally I thought the football got pinned in there. I don't think that was it either. I think it's just that direct blow with him he didn't really protect himself in that fall. He kind of took that full fall on the shoulder itself.
Okay, so but the bottom line is there are a lot of NFL players recently, and some of it, bless you, some of the is grass related. Cam Hayward was frustrated with the Pittsburgh-Cleveland game, I believe, on their turf. But a lot of players have been outspoken about NFL surfaces, and I don't think it's going anywhere. Right. I think it's going to continue. Can you give us an idea of the punishment on the body that an artificial turf does to players and why it's so dangerous?
There's so much science behind it. There's a lot more cushion to it. What they're saying is it's a harder surface. You're hitting it harder. It's almost running on concrete at times. I think between the shoe wear and the different shoe wear they were doing, they're doing a lot of things to protect it. And each year, I would say almost each year, they keep changing the formula for that turf. But no, it's a harder surface. It's running on a harder surface. So you're seeing a lot more injuries. It's also the way they're training too could be contributing also. I mean, there's too many hamstring injuries. There's too many other stuff going on. Is there too many ACLs because of turf? And when we look at the ACL injuries on the Lions, I don't know if I can blame the turf. When your foot's getting locked in and there's no giveaway, that's the biggest reason we pick on the turf, where there's those ankle injuries, those knee injuries, those hip injuries. And we're seeing a little more give. But back in the day, your foot would get locked in with those cleats and it wouldn't give. And when you got 300-pound force, which turns into 900 pounds of force coming at you when these guys are fully engaged, that's a lot. And if your foot's not giving away and it's planted, that's where the injuries really come about.
Yeah, I think some, especially like with Malik Neighbors, I mean, the concussions are a big deeper. One more thing before we let you go. The NFL Players Association a year ago said 92% of the players prefer to play on grass. Why do you think that is? Absolutely. And why do you think the NFL isn't adhering to what would appear to be better for players' bodies?
I'm not saying it's a business, but it is a business. Grass is a harder upkeep. I mean, we won't get into the nature of it, but to tell you, grass has more give, right? There's more give to the grass. Your foot's moving. It's not getting locked in. It's not an artificial turf to that. So I think that's a little bit more of the reason. But when you talk about concussion, you're talking about how they're hitting it. There's a hard surface underneath there. Is there enough cushion? When you talk about natural grass, you don't have any other surface underneath. If you've ever seen Ford Field pulled up, I mean, there's, for concerts and stuff that we do, that's cement under there. And how much cushion do we have? Do we need to add to it? If we add too much, then it's like you're sitting in a sponge. There's a give and take. And I think they're still working out with the science of what the perfect formula is. And believe me, the NFL is very in tune to eliminating injuries, and there's a whole medical team for the NFL to consult to reduce that, especially with concussions. You have the independent neurologist, the third-party guy that has nothing to do with the team there. They're taking the precautions, so I can't point a strong finger at the NFL for not being conscious of it. I think it's just a work in progress, and it's definitely better than it was 2 years, 5 years, and 10 years ago.
Fair enough. Okay.
So they are making that progress.
Yeah. Don't think it's good enough, but fair enough. I appreciate it. Okay.
Hey, Doc, do me a favor.
I have a big fan here. So I'm in Tennessee right now. You guys didn't ask me. Where am I?
Yeah, Clarksville, Tennessee.
I usually guess Tennessee. This is the first time I didn't guess, and it was Tennessee.
That's right. So we're going to be at Nashville. Shout out to Detroit Cowboy. I have reservations there tonight. Thanks to Bobby.
Good place.
We're going to have a great
Chef
dinner there. But Adrian's a huge football fan. I told him what I did. I told him I got to cut the meeting short to get on this our show today. So he's all about San Francisco. I told him how we covered Birdie's toe injury, and people didn't really care that much in Detroit. So
Yeah.
he's a big Braylon Edwards fan too.
I watched Braylon from the get all the way till he finished up. I watched Cowboys, Detroit, you name it.
I appreciate that, Doc, man. That's a lot of love. Cowboys, we name it. Why the Cowboys? That's your squad?
Since I was probably since 1990 is when I first, turned on the TV. They were on there, and the star just kind of popped for me. So since then,
90 or 92, 93. Which one?
I'll tell you, it was 1990. I was like 7 years old. Turned on the TV. The star kind of is what did it for me, and from that point forward, it just kind of grew from there.
How do you feel about your
But
coach?
yeah,
How do you feel about your owner being an idiot?
Oh my God! I could go all day about that. Let's. I don't know how much time you guys have, but Jerry needs to go. I mean, and I think it's a common feeling among the fans. But we understand football's a business, and sometimes we just got to kind of sit back and enjoy what we can.
Well,
That's the right attitude.
It
is the right. It's exactly what you're supposed to do. It's glad you have the perspective, Doc. It's great to see you and good to meet you too.
Yeah, let me know how the
You guys have a great weekend. All right,
Nice to meet you
enjoy.
guys.
All right, take care. All the best. We appreciate it. Dr. Jeffrey Pierce, hopefully, will be in
Pleasure to meet you,
studio
brother.
next week for us here on the Braylon Edwards Show. Boy, show flew by. I had so much to get to, but that first segment,
It's
that was
like
40
the
minutes.
first
I was
40
just
I was
like,
about to
wow,
say.
man, it was so much fun. So
Good
my
combo, though.
apologies. We haven't had a
I
chance
do got
to
a lot of super chats though.
All right, so why don't you get into that, and then if we've got anything in the mailbag, and then we got to make room for the heavyweights, otherwise they'll sit on us.
Yo, shout out to all the people that tap in with Woodward Sports.
They can try, but all that energy that we got from that Michigan State segment, I'm ready for war.
Well, you're a lot faster than I am. Go ahead, buddy.
I'm fired up with that. Bray, you crushed that, man. The Braylon's breakdown as well as the top 10 performances. And you know what? The chat was on one today as well. They
I appreciate
reached our
the
first
chat.
like goal.
Thank
If
you
we
so
can,
much.
let's keep. If you haven't smashed that like button, make sure you go ahead and do it. There's a lot of good content here today. But let's see here. Charles in the chat.
Charles.
He sent in a lot of super chats today, so we're gonna just go through his first
Chuck.
four. He's obviously number one.
first four.
The first 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay,
Yeah.
here we go. Let's go.
The
'cause we're
first
running
one.
out of time.
We're on them.
Charles says, "Don't burn down the priest's temple." He put that in quotes. I don't know what that was in reference to.
It's
Yeah,
probably
he's talking about the statue. Exactly.
that's what he's talking about.
100% good call.
Copy that. All right, good call.
All
Yeah,
right,
way to
that
go,
makes
Ryan.
sense.
100%.
All right.
You can just leave that up there.
Then he
I like
says,
that picture.
"This is the problem with MSU. This is the game for them. U of M, it's just another game. Yes, it's a rivalry, but they don't focus their whole season on it." And he also continues in his other $5 super chat. "While I'm on it, if they both focused on OSU, guess who would be up to expanded national games? Playoffs never make it. OSU, they'd have 2 guaranteed L's."
I don't know about all that, but I will say it does matter when you make the emphasis on the game. Remember when Jim Harbaugh took over and he most notably came out and said, I don't put emphasis on Ohio State. It's just a regular game. And boy, was he wrong.
Yeah,
Like, remember, he lost and lost and lost and lost. He changed his mentality in 2021. You guys are hilarious. Changed his mentality in 2021, but he put the emphasis on the game. You started seeing the things that Lloyd had done in the past where, what do you do to beat Ohio State today? Here's the clock. Here's the counter. This is an extra period during the week where we focus solely on Ohio State. He started doing those things, and now look at how the rivalry is. Michigan controls the rivalry, but Michigan understands and feels the rivalry, whereas Ohio State is like, it is what it is. We get to the national championship regardless and get to the league. So, yeah.
Good stuff, man. All right, more?
Yeah, definitely. And then he sent in another one, this one about the Detroit Pistons. He's not too hot on Cade. He said he never placed Cade Cunningham on a pedestal. Pistons work best as a team, not a team built around one superstar. And to be honest, in my opinion, he doesn't believe Cade Cunningham is one.
Strongly disagree with that. I think he's a guy you do build around. I think he's a guy who can take over games by himself. I think he has an all-around game. I want the ball in his hands more often times than not. I think he is one of those guys that every coaching staff game plans against. I think he is a superstar, and I'm glad he's a Piston. That doesn't necessarily mean that he's in the MVP conversation.
There's one thing
Which doesn't mean that there's not room for improvement either.
Everybody has room for improvement.
Yeah.
I mean, even you do.
Yeah. Chef, keep you on toes.
The one thing I would say about that is I want to see how they respond now that everyone knows that they're a good team. I want to see how they respond.
That's fair.
Because it's one thing when no one's checking for you. It's one thing where people are not even playing their stars against you until they realize you're good. But by then, it's already February, March, and you're doing your things and you've gotten good. Now that everyone knows that's Detroit. This happened to us in Cleveland. When I was playing for the Cleveland Browns, we took the league by storm. In 2007, offense was high power. We scored 50 points twice. I had 16 touchdowns. We did all those things. When we came back that next year and they had the film, they knew not to take us lightly and expected. Once again, there was a struggle from the offensive coordinator and everybody involved. So I want to see how that looks. Not now. It's very early in the season, but I want to see what it looks like by December.
I think that's a great conversation to have. I always ask myself this, though, when my mind goes there. At what point did somebody last year go, you know what, they're still not good enough? I mean, after the All-Star break, and Trajan Langdon said this at Media Day, after the All-Star break, teams around the league recognized that team was better. And that team was good enough to knock you off, that they were actually a very good basketball team. But I hear what you're saying. I mean, you're not sneaking up on anybody. I just don't think they snuck on anybody in the second half of last year. I think the mindset is correct, but sometimes I have to keep reminding myself that they did have a pretty good second half, and I think other teams were getting ready for them.
Yeah, and the one thing I will say about that, because I do believe what both you guys are actually saying, last year they did lunch on the fact that they came out just hitting the ground running where other teams in our first month might sleepwalk into chemistry. By the second half, when the Pistons got their chemistry and Dennis Schroeder was inserted, they were a solid team. It didn't matter if they were sneaking up on anybody or not. Yeah. But to start the season now, whereas people didn't have the Pistons circle on their calendar at the beginning,
Braylon's saying,
now they definitely do. And that's what that was kind of one of my main points as well. It's like, you know what? Who is this squad now that you're going to get most people's best, or at least people's attention, even if it's not their best?
Yeah, I don't think there are enough people who recognize just how much Dennis Schroeder played a point for that team
Sacramento.
A year ago, and Dennis Schroeder's a good player. All right, we got to get out of here.
They should pay attention because he's now a starter in Sacramento. He's not just on the team. He's a starter.
And that's what I liked about him. He was good defensively and offensively and really settled things down. When people wanted a secondary ball handler, Cade Cunningham sitting down, he came in. More on Michigan State tomorrow. TJ Duckett will join Braylon Edwards' show tomorrow at 2:30. We hope you can join us as well. Have a great rest of your Thursday, everybody, and thanks for watching.
Looking for your daily sports fix? Look no further. Join Braylon Edwards, the University of Michigan legend.
Lofting it, right corner of the end zone for Braylon, up in the air. Touchdown, Michigan!
And Shep.
Do you believe this comeback?
Your favorite sports commentator as they tackle the hottest topics in the world of sports. Catch the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep, Monday through Friday from 2 to 4 p.m. on the Woodward Sports Network. Get ready to laugh, learn, and love sports like never before.